All right, my friends. Hello, hello, hello. First and foremost, welcome on in, Seru. Welcome on in, Rosewolf. Thank you for Rose is here for chaos of the highest degree. I can guarantee you will get nothing short of that. And if you feel like you've been cheated, at the end of the night, you can request your money back. I will deny it, but you will be allowed to request it. Um, who you calling friend, buddy? I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, pal. Okay, so anyways, here we are, session number 68 of Unlikely Heroes. Yes, we have come 68 weeks deep into this absolutely wonderful campaign that started as a simple one-shot. And yes, next week is going to be Seru's favorite stream, only because it is session number 69. So, to be honest, it's pretty nice. So, yeah, we're going to dive into it. You guys know the routine. While we're playing, I very rarely check chat, but I'm known to on occasion. You're obviously... I prefer 69 weeks deep. Nice. Anyways... we're gonna dive straight into it, and yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. We got some weird stuff going on right now with some hobgoblins and some town stuff and some Pudu hoodoo you do. I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. So yeah, without further ado, let us dive into session number 68, the hunt for Pudu. There was far too much rhyming there for my taste, but Pudu to you. All right, guys. So, session number 68. Let's do a quick recap from last week. So, weird things last week. You guys recovered after the combat with the young white dragon. You licked your wounds, figuratively, and for some of you more savage folks, quite literally. You bed down for the evening, and you had yourself a nice long rest. Throughout the length of that rest, there was a couple of pretty good conversations, particularly between Doc and Aurora, and between Gray and his mentor, who Gray had a little visit with, at which point he decided that gifting this shadowy entity, which materialized physically for the first time since this campaign has started, it was definitely the right thing to do in giving him the heart of Meepo, and he did. And maybe that was good, maybe that was bad. Only Gray will be able to decipher and share if he does, which he probably won't. So anyways, as you guys were exiting the cave in the morning, there was some commotion outside. You pushed a little bit further ahead as you began the journey towards where Pudu would lie, and you encountered a band of hobgoblins. Obviously, hobgoblins are no friend of the normal goblin folk, usually, nor are they friends, quite frankly, with any folk, usually. But these hobgoblins, they seemed to know Ree, or at least knew of Ree and Ree's exploits, as Ree shared very openly that she was a part of Balsag's group. Now, Balsag, or excuse me, not Balsag, what the fuck is his name? Just the bowl, wasn't it? Rokek. It's Rokek. There we go. The bowl. There we go. I just keep getting them confused in my head. So anyways, flash forward, good times were had within that little very scary encounter, which just so you guys know, as I started that little encounter, which was, it honest to God, intended to be a roleplay encounter, things got so tense on your end, I literally started drawing up numbers because I was like, I think they're going to start combat. I was just waiting for somebody to throw the fucking javelin of lightning and just be like, no!
Someone.
Yeah. she who is in possession of. Um, so, anyways, you guys, you had this conversation with the hobgoblins. They told you, hey, we have an encampment just to the west of, or excuse me, just to the north of here. We can take you there if you want to. You can supply yourselves, you can get yourselves situated, have a nice long rest, and then we can point you in the direction of Pudu and the crash site, which they claim to have knowledge of. And that was without being prompted about either of those two things, except for the information about Pudu. So, very cautiously, the lot of you traveled north and to the hobgoblin encampment, where you were greeted by, you guessed it, shitloads of fucking hobgoblins in a pretty well-established military encampment. At the center of the encampment, there was a large central hut surrounded by wooden palisades. On the outside of the palisades were two bugbears that were decked out, literally sealed into scrap metal that functioned kind of as full plate, but they just couldn't get out of it because it was just like bits and pieces of old dwarven armor that had been just like soldered into one big tin can. Anyways, you guys were told, hey, go in there, talk with the we've got a chieftain in there who is a divinationist. She can see things in the future. She can tell you things. She can give you information possibly about this situation in Pudu. So you guys went and had a very creepy conversation with her, and then an even creepier follow-up note, not really a conversation, where she began to speak to Aurora regarding the weird fiery happenings that were kind of starting to pour out of Aurora in one way or another, that being staring into the fire to the point where she almost melted herself, and yeah, you know, just her general creepy love for fire. Oh yeah, and the backlashes when she cast spells that was dealing some pretty serious damage to her. So, from there, you guys decided that you were going to at least stock up and humor the hobgoblins. You were going to prepare yourselves for the absolute worst regarding Pudu. Now, you'd been told in Pudu that the goblins had fled, essentially, when the crash happened. Most of the goblins, they fucking took off. They were like, nope, not dealing with this, we're out. And it was shared with you that, unfortunately, there were creatures near where this crash site were, unrecognizable to the hobgoblins, but definitely scouted by the hobgoblins, that had the glowing purple veins and the dark shadowy form, which obviously you guys are at least somewhat familiar with. So you guys did some shopping, and within the shopping, well, I say you guys, Gray did some shopping, where I believe he bought some healing potions, just some mundane shit, and then followed the entire thing up with buying drugs, which is just awesome. Not just drugs, unicorn wax. How hardcore is that? Well, we'll see. Okay, so everybody at this point has come back together. I think we did a little bit of sake of brevity purchasing at the end there as well, if I'm not mistaken. Doc, we bought you, there's like some...
And a battle axe.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, excellent. Uh-oh, Kat is having some serious issues, it looks like, with video.
Yeah, I can still see you guys mostly, and I can hear you because I run Discord through my phone, so I don't know what the hell's going on with my computer right now, but I can see... And I've got a paper copy if it comes down to it, so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even see... Does anybody else see her in Roll20? Mm-mm. No? Okay, that's what I was just making sure, because I actually just saw you pop out completely, so.
I can still see all of you guys, and I can see myself moving, so I don't...
You can see us in Roll20 right now? You are nowhere on our screen.
Yep.
Yeah, that's odd.
You.
Shall we try and play the game of try a different browser?
I
Oh,
don't
there
want to, but I will if I have to.
Yeah, her internet's being potatoey. She's also kind of starting to lag out real bad, and she's doing some robot voice.
Am I quiet? I want to know how far I should move my mic, because it's currently really on the edge.
You actually sound
Honestly, you sound great, Lucy.
Alright, you get to stay there.
Okay. Is that better for sound?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, well that's small baby steps, I guess.
Small victory.
Take your victories while you can, right? Okay, so where we'll be picking up today, just so you guys are aware, as far as the day is concerned, it is going to be Thursday, the 16th of Jutet at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You've just finished your purchasing. We will say at this point you have all come back together, unless I am not remembering how we had ended that, but I'm pretty sure it was going to be, sake of brevity, purchases, and then you guys were going to meet back to discuss what your next moves were. With that being said, Doc, just as a reminder, at this point you have a -2 from your resurrection sickness. You have completed 2 long rests, which means you have 2 more until you are fit as a fiddle. Or so the kids say. Okay, session number 67, XP recap. Real quick, everybody had 500 experience points for the roleplay, so that puts Gray at 38,806. Aurora, you are at 38,044. And the remaining 2 party members are at 40,874. Any questions, comments, or clarifications for me?
No, but I'm letting you know that I am restarting, so we're going to see if that helps.
Okay, no problem. Okay, with that being said, let me go ahead and get some ambiance going here, and we'll say that, let me just take my look at my note here. Grimshaw has kind of taken you around early on and been like, okay, here's where you can buy this, here's where you can buy that, here's where you can buy that. If you're interested in lodging, we have an open lodging tent, which is essentially like those who live in squalor can kind of stay there, and travelers can stay there. So he kind of ushers you back that direction if you are looking to sleep here. With that being said, we'll go ahead and start it up. Doc shows back up to the group, who has kind of stood around at this point with her pretty well balanced and well sharpened battle axe. So you could tell it was probably just oiled, and she has a nice big like silvered. Well, it looks like it's silvered. It's really just polished. It's got these big bronze studs around the circle, but it's a big heater shield.
Oh, look at you. You fucking upgraded hard.
You almost look like Bofer now.
Right.
Oh, no. You don't need to insult her like that. No, you look... And she says a word in Sylvan.
Thanks. This thing's heavy. I wish I was a little bit stronger.
Can always see if Ree will do the strongest fuckboy workout with you.
Yeah, I can teach you. Yeah, just do like 1,000,000 push-ups in the morning and 1,000,000 push-ups at night. No big deal.
Could we start with 500,000?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I thought you wanted to be strong as fuck, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we can do that. Start with
We
500,000.
can't both be strong as fuck. I just want to be strong as fuck.
Fuh. Can I just take a look at that axe? By the way, I just want to see how it feels.
Sure, she'll hand it over.
Ree will kind of like heft it a little bit, swing it around, and do a couple practice swings. I'm like, all right.
It feels good. It's really balanced. I mean, this thing is definitely meant to split skulls.
Nice. All right. Yeah, just remember, important is the follow through. Don't just try to pretend that the head is like still on the ground when you're trying to swing through the head, not at the head. Here we go.
Oh, so it's not like a hammer. Okay.
It's not really like a hammer.
Got
But
it.
even still, like I still aim for like what's behind the person, not so much like the person. Basically, just follow through is important. Is all I'm saying.
She kind of cringes a little bit. Hopefully it won't get to that point, but I will remember. I will remember.
After what she said down there, I'm pretty sure it needs to that point.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I think I'll be doing more casting than fighting. Hopefully.
Why not both?
At what time of day is it right now? It's getting on night, right?
It's about 3 in the afternoon. The sun at this time of year is still pretty high up in the sky, but it is overcast and it's pretty fucking cold. So
I don't know how I feel about camping in here in the inn. I don't I don't know if I can trust these people to not be dicks.
Okay.
And they've been fine, I guess, for hobgoblins, but I don't know. I don't trust all of them. Ree's trying to say it like subtly as Ree can be.
Okay, so are there any more angry dragons nearby? If we go camp out in a cave or something? That you're like, does that dragon only go in that one cave, or?
Is that something Ree would know at this point?
okay, hang on. Ask that question. Does that dragon only go in that one cave? What do you mean?
So the dragon we just encountered in that cave, Doc is trying to inquire, does it travel? Are there other angry
You did not
dragons
encounter a
as
dragon
well?
in a cave. You encountered a dragon in a wide open ravine.
Okay,
It
well
was
then-
hunting you from the top of the ravine.
But does it, so, okay, so then,
Are there more
does that
dragons, or
dragon
if there
travel?
was? Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a nature check. Anybody who would like information about dragons, you're more than welcome to as the conversation is happening.
While they are thinking about dragons, I am going to attempt to use my primeval awareness and see if there's fucking dragons around.
Oh boy. Okay, Cat, give me 1 second.
Yep, sorry.
All right, Doc, you definitely, as you start talking about dragons just aren't your specialty. Regardless of all the stories gnomes tell, it's typically just a lot of fluff. It's a lot of grandiose, spectacles about dragons, and they fly in massive hordes, and there's swarms of them. And that's where your knowledge kind of lies, is in the stories. Gray and Ree, you are both aware of a couple things regarding dragons. One, especially chromatic dragons, which includes the white dragon that you had seen prior, they are extremely territorial, to the point where they will kill other dragons inside their territory if it means keeping somebody out so that their hunting grounds are their own. So the odds of there being another dragon of its size or smaller within probably about a 30 or 40 mile radius around that spot, or wherever its wherever its lair is very, very slim. Now, there could be a dragon that is bigger than it in the area and it is the one flying under the bigger dragon's radar. So that's kind of how the hierarchy works. If the smaller dragon can keep out of sight of the bigger dragon, they might not notice it. But if there is a smaller dragon, it's very likely going to get hunted if there's something bigger. So.
Yeah, I mean, there might be something bigger, but
Very
Okay,
least,
well,
at the very least, we probably wouldn't encounter smaller dragons close by.
we wouldn't encounter smaller. The keyword in
Well,
that sentence that you just...
yeah.
There's always a chance that, what did you say his name was, Ree? Oh, whatever, the white dragon we fought is flying under the radar or something.
Ishnir. Right? That's how you pronounce it?
Yep.
Ishnir.
Yeah.
Well,
Flying
I
under
don't
the tree
like
side or
that.
something much bigger.
But we do need to get to Pudu.
Yeah.
Okay, as this is happening, Aurora, what level spell slot are you using for this ability?
First level.
First?
Also,
Okay.
what do you have written down as spell slots used? Because it's showing a lot of mine, and I thought we rested. And I only did cantrips since we rested.
I am showing 3 first, 2 second, and
Okay.
2 third.
Okay. I thought that was my pre-resting numbers, so
It might be, but I only keep track on your guys' D&D sheets.
Yep.
I don't track them
That's-
anywhere else. So if you didn't rest, then, or if you didn't like make the rest happen, then I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, no, it's fine. I just clicked the third first level spell for that, so
Understood. So, okay. As you do that, please roll percentile dice for me, please.
I am starting to greatly dislike these percentiles. 48 apparently.
Oh boy. Beautiful. And percentiles one more time, please. It's never good when I ask you to roll percentiles following a percentile. Or maybe it is. We'll see. Oh, 86. Okay.
I am concerned because this is a ranger ability. I thought I suspected what was going on. I have no idea anymore.
Yep. Okay. So,
Also, can you guys see me by any chance?
we can see you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see it.
Cool.
You're-
Okay.
Your video is lagging really bad, but we can see you clear as day.
Okay, and more importantly, you can hear me okay?
Yes.
Sure
Okay,
can.
then sure, that works.
Okay, so, so as you guys are discussing dragons and the dragon whereabouts and dragon happenings and all things dragons, Aurora, she takes her gloves off and she puts her hands down kind of into the snow, to get her hands really into the dirt underneath the fine layer of snow that's fallen since Ishmir's snowstorm kind of took over in, last night. As she does so, you see her eyes close ever so slightly, and as she begins to focus, this sound that almost sounds like a bark, but it's like a screech and a bark mixed together. It's like a chihuahua that just got its paw stepped on. As that happens, there's a flash of red energy, and a circle 5 foot around Aurora worth of snow immediately flash melts. As that happens, she sits up and her body splits into 4 pieces, and you see these 4 identical images of herself all in unison looking around under the exact same motions.
Aurora,
That's new.
what you
Oh,
doing?
they're multiplying.
What am I aware of in this?
So you, being the true you look to the right, you look to the left, you look in front of you, and there are three copies of you that are mimicking your every move. Make an Arcana check for me, please.
Oh, I'm great at those. I am not even gonna try and D&D Beyond. It's -1.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. You are aware that you are under the effects of 2 things. First of all, the mirror image spell, which was channeled through you attempting to invoke an ability by consuming raw ley line energy, and your attempt failed, and your magic surged, and you created mirror images of yourself on accident.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm starting to have things click now, and fuck you, and I love it. Okay.
Aurora, are you okay? She's looking at all of them.
Are they all like perfect representations, or like is one like hazy or?
Nope, they are identical representations. They all to all of you, they look exactly like Aurora. As her mouth opens, the voice it seems to come from all of them, and they mimic her identically. Now you know, because she hasn't stood up and started like running around, and this isn't like a combat thing, you know where the true Aurora is. She's dead in the center, and there's one like on either side of her kind of forming a triangle, and she's the one in the center. But it's pretty fucking convincing.
What are you doing? And why are you doing it?
I don't know. So I wasn't trying to use magic. I just sometimes I can ask the earth if there's things near, and I was trying to figure out if there were more dragons like I did before when I was like, there's fae and dragons and all of those things. That didn't work, and now there's a lot of me.
Well, I mean, talking to the earth and having it talk back to you is indicative of some form of magic, I would think.
Not magic, it's like listening to the sounds of things and knowing what's around. It's no different, it's just a different sense. I've been able to do that forever.
I think the other three of you would disagree.
Is this like permanent? This is like your life now?
Gray's gonna like move towards her and go, I wonder which one's the real one, and then flick the real Aurora. Go, found her.
Gray, as you do that, roll a d20. Yep, you flick the real one. You like go for as you go towards her, the images begin to kind of like move and shift through her, and they begin to like bounce around her body almost instinctively and defensively, and you start to get confused and you're like, where is that little bit? There she is. Plonk, and you feel the physical plonk.
Bard, I will break every bone in your hand.
That's
Which
four
one?
arrows. That's 4 arrows now, Gray. It's 4 arrows now.
Yeah, the Knolls had just as many. This is nothing new.
So as you guys are talking, there is suddenly a shimmer in front of Aurora and around her body as Gray starts to step back. As that happens, the 3 images kind of blink a few times, and then they fade away.
Okay. So the question.
I think you should probably hold in all sneezes moving forward, just to be safe.
Aurora,
So-
as you stand there and ponder for a moment, Aurora, you hear a primeval voice make your senses very aware of its existence, and you hear,
there is one dragon nearby.
Aurora's gonna blink a couple times, shake her head a little bit, and say, there's one dragon nearby?
Oh yeah, that's probably Yishner.
you then hear,
There are also fiends, and I sense a single undead entity. You're welcome.
She's gonna relay that kind of on autopilot a little bit and she seems a little stunned.
Does she say you're welcome at the end too?
I was gonna ask that.
You know what? Fuck yes, she does.
Thank
I mean-
you.
I mean, I didn't say thank you, but thank you.
I didn't really
It's
ask
like,
you to do
yes.
that. Are you okay?
Man, I should flick you more often if this is what comes out.
I'm all right. Are we gonna camp here or are we gonna go elsewhere?
I think we're gonna keep moving. I think it's
All
better
right.
if we do in light of recent circumstances, like what just happened
That's-
now when you had 4 of you. So that's
Yeah. So
yeah.
also, yeah, I mean, I have some experience in this kind of booyah. I mean, no big deal. But I would definitely, just be careful because I mean, I've told you, Rokak blew himself up trying to do booyah. So just maybe.
this whole situation is extremely comforting.
Also, I didn't try and do magic. We already covered that. Magic's no. Booyah, no. I wasn't trying to do any of
Well,
that.
I think that it doesn't feel like magic to you, but the thing you were going for, I'm pretty sure is magic. I don't know. I've never been able to talk to the earth and have it tell me if dragons are nearby or beans.
Yeah,
You
know, like the
also
old
have
the old saying
to-
goes, like a pile of turd smells like a turd. It's still a turd.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm saying you're a
That's-
pile of turd. I'm just saying,
I'm not saying you're a piece of shit, but you're kind
You
of a piece
also
of shit.
can't shoot a bow the way I can, or track
Maybe
someone the
that's
way
magic too.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
probably
all of
magic.
it's magic.
If that was magic, then the and she
Well,
used
can
it.
you magically stop shooting me?
No.
I could.
No,
But
see,
we're-
that would be natural. That would be. Just maybe just let us know if you're going to tap into the earth or use the skills that you have so that we can prepare in case
It isn't natural to
something
me
pleasant.
breathing or walking. Do you want me to tell you before I breathe, before I eat, before I shoot, before I
You could tell
defend you?
Well, I actually would hope you tell us before you shoot.
Yes, please.
I'd also like a warning before you use that tone again.
She blinks and looks a little bit chastised, only because that was from Doc.
That kind of looks dejected a little and starts gathering her stuff. Let's get a move on.
Oh,
I
she
was-
just mommed you so hard?
Oh, let's not think of her that way. That's
Oh,
a
right.
little odd.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
That is
A little
definitely
bit.
a kink.
Yeah, weird.
I can hear everything.
Not
Also,
exactly being silent.
I don't know how well I'm going to do in the snow. My nails aren't going to protect me from that anymore. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should probably get some like cold
It's
weather gear while
really
we're here, I
hot.
suppose.
I assume they sell that
Yeah,
stuff here.
Pelts, but I don't want to just wrap myself in the pelts that we haven't fully cured, and I don't know if I can keep them clean anymore. Because my fingers keep breaking every time I try things.
Yeah,
As
don't
I'm
do that.
cover someone's old hand.
Do they make? Would you think they'll have anything in like? Would they keep stuff in goblin sizes free? I mean, at least we could make that work.
In goblin sizes? What do you mean?
Well, I don't exactly fit in hobgoblin size.
Hobgoblins are pretty much people size. Oh, right. You're not people size. Yeah, they might have some goblin size stuff here. Maybe, I don't know. It's probably not great. It's probably all like the garbage.
That's fine. We can take the garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, if they probably would have like some like fur boots maybe or some fur.
Some fur.
for fur.
Not people-sized fur. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. You know what I mean. Not like gray-side people.
I've never been people-sized. When I wasn't
Yeah.
this height, I was twice this height and furry. So let's go find some warm weather stuff.
Yeah, so like we're just looking for like mittens and boots and
Long pants, long sleeve shirts, all that. Functional gear.
Not anything super heavy. I am not as strong in this body as I was before I
can't hear her.
was in this body, and then before I hatched from an egg.
She said she wants it to be light gear. Light gear, so because she's not strong, so she's.
yeah, you've gone through a lot of changes in the past week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
DM Xavier, we will be walking around trying to find that gear, I think. And then if we want to do sake of brevity, once we have that, then we'll do.
Yep. So we are gonna say that for the sake of brevity, because every creature here is covered head to toe pretty much in fur, but they are also wearing furs, because it's freaking cold. And literally less than 24 hours ago, Yishnir decided to create a snowstorm. So you can all purchase thick, like a thick coat of sorts. It's like a thick hide coat, gloves, scarf. There's a furred cloak made out of like a goat and sheep, like mixed. There's also, let's see what else is on that. There's wool stockings and then really thick ass boots. Everybody can obtain a set of these, which will essentially allow you to travel in this climate, as if it were temperate. It will cost 10 gold per person, and it is 8 pounds of gear. It's heavy. I mean, it's got to be heavy if you're going into the Arctic.
I'm a little short. Does anyone mind?
What does that have to do with
I will
money?
pay for.
Bree, I knew you were gonna say it. Thank you.
I'm gonna pull 10 gold and the rest in silver for the 4 of us.
Holy shit. Okay. So 10 gold and then 300 silver?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? We're just gonna do all silver.
Okay, 400 silver pieces. Go ahead and mark it off. They take the silver happily and greedily, like they'd never seen this much coin in their entire lives, because there's a good chance they haven't. And you have to go to like 2 or 3 different vendors before you actually get all the pieces. Just so you know, while you guys are wearing this, you do have advantage on saving throws to resist the effects of cold weather should it get really nasty. However, if you are experiencing hot weather, you have disadvantage while you're wearing it.
And you said 8 pounds, right?
Yes, it is 8 pounds.
It's snow boots and what else?
You don't have to add them individually. You can just add a set of common clothes and put a custom note in it and then just change the weight to 8 pounds. It's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, I just did warm gear.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So, you complete that bit of the shopping excursion. Anything else?
I think I'm good. Let's head that way and I don't know, find a camp spot that's decently covered, I suppose.
Okay. So, Ree, you begin to lead the group outside of the Hobgoblin camp. You travel from the north to the south. Go ahead and give me a survival check, please. As you do it with advantage. These are your mountains. Fucking Gray.
You wanna close wounds while we're at it, there, Lucy?
That's not great.
It's not great, but it's not a failure. 10, I mean, look, these are your mountains. You grew up here. If you rolled, if both of those were under 10, we'd probably have an issue. But you get yourself, it takes a while. Like, by the time you finally find a spot that you're like, we can sleep here and probably be safe, it's already damn near 11 o'clock at night. I mean, you travel for hours and hours, and you keep getting to these spots, and you're like, you know what? No, fuck this. Because look, see that pile of shit on the ground there? It's frozen over, but that's from a Yeti. And then you're like, okay, we'll go up this little crag here. You get to the top and you're like, oh shit, it's just a sheer drop off. Okay, everybody back down. And you do this over and over. Finally, after exhausting yourselves and your resources, you get to the highest peak that you can, and you find a little alcove. It's like a little outcropping up a set of switchbacks that hit not quite the top of the mountain, but pretty damn close to it. It allows you to look down and over the valley. As you look down and over the valley, everybody give me a perception check, please.
Before we left, am I allowed to move some stuff to my portable hole?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you actually drag and drop it into the portable hole, just in the off chance you're like, oh, I'm going to pull this out of my portable hole. You're going to have to take an action if it's a combat thing to get it out. Wow, damn, those are some nice perception checks.
No, they're not.
Okay, I'm not encumbered now.
Well, they were until you got involved.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she's got the furs like pulled up. She can barely see out of them. She's just like doing the cold shuffle and like following the rest of the party.
Okay.
And she's muttering about like can't please without telling you, can't, and just grumbling.
That explains the low perception. She's so fixated on being fucking mommed by her girlfriend that it's just she can't even handle it right now. The whole time she's walking up, you know, I'm a big girl. I'm a big girl now. With her big fucking clompety boots on. Okay.
I'll hear you stop it.
So
That does right because she's a halfling, so it is like a little kid.
Just adorable.
it's so cute. She's throwing such a little fit. Okay, so Gray, definitely. Doc, definitely. Reed, definitely. Aurora, you do not see this. So the yellow...
Definitely not.
Yeah, the yellow X on the map is where you guys manage to find a spot to rest. It's very high up in the actual mountain itself. However, you know that there's a path down the mountains and through the valley going towards the west, which is Pudu, the green dot, followed by the X, excuse me, which I believe turned into a V. That was strange. So Pudu is green, purple is the supposed crash site according to Grimshaw. You guys can see clear as day down in the valley, somewhere in and or around that area, there is an active fire burning in the early parts of the forest that lead into the plains of Foreston. You can see there is a bright orange speck, and it is flickering in the distance. So there's either a bonfire or something down there is alight.
But it doesn't look like an uncontrolled like village on fire kind of fire. It's just
It does not, no.
a campfire maybe. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely way fucking bigger than a campfire. You guys are way too far
Okay.
away for that. But it's big, but it doesn't look like, you know, the whole forest is on fire. It's not like a whole city's on fire.
Is that the crash? Could it still be burning?
You said it was down in Pudu, right? Or close to Pudu?
Like almost right on top of where the village should be.
No, that's Pudu. That's someone's still down there.
Do you often have bonfires?
I mean, sometimes when we you know burn all our poop and we get rid of trash. That's how we do it. We just burn it.
Okay.
I mean, when we don't want to throw it down the mountain, you know.
Sure. No, that's yeah.
But I doubt they're burning poop down there.
So that means somebody's still alive down there, though. Probably. I mean, that would mean someone's still down there to do a bonfire.
Yeah, maybe.
Ree,
Yeah.
how do you? Well, we'll see when we get there.
How do I what?
No, well, it's never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. If you're gonna ask how I feel about this, not fucking great. Not gonna
No,
lie.
all right. I was gonna ask how you send off your dead.
Oh, that. Yeah. No, we burned them too.
Okay, I just want to prepare you before we get there.
I mean, either that or like, well, it depends on who's being sent off. Like either we burn them or we just eat them off the side of the mountain.
Which one is the honorable one?
So, I mean, it depends on how you feel during the day. I mean, like it's usually being burned, but I mean, usually, yeah, like the people who are yeeted off the side of the mountain are usually alive.
Oh,
You know,
that's different.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's a little bit different. I mean, that's
yeah, that's in some places that might be called murder. So,
yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to say that everybody in Pudu was necessarily a good person. That's why I left Pudu, really.
well, if any of them are like you, Free, then there's still, I'm sure, there's still some good ones there.
Chuck and
Well,
Chuck were. They were the good ones. They were the rare good ones.
well, then I can't wait to meet them.
I don't know. It sounds like I'm going to enjoy this Goblin Village the more I hear about it.
I
Let's,
mean, it's fine. It's a goblin village. It's fine. It's fine.
Never been to one before.
It's a lot. It's
Let's-
it's a lot like the hobgoblin place, only less hobgoblins.
like any hobgoblins or just less?
I mean, usually the hobgoblins come through like their deal is like they come through, they scoop up whoever they need, and then they fuck off basically.
Okay. Well, and I mean, who knows? Maybe because they didn't know what the hell it was, they already killed these stupid things and they're burning them, and it's gonna be Chuck and Chuck dancing around the dead bodies.
Yeah, maybe.
We should set up camp and get ourselves rested so that we can be prepared for this. Whatever it is, Ree.
Okay.
She kind of puts a hand on her. She puts a hand on her shoulder and like gives like a steely smile, and then goes to unpacking things and getting settled.
And I would say like even through like the fur and the pelt, like you can tell she is tense. Like she is like all her muscles are just like rigid.
She gives a little squeeze. In that case, she'll give a little squeeze on the shoulder and a smile, and then sit
Give
down
a
and
little
start.
squeeze and then say, how do you do? I got something in my front pocket. Something in my front pocket
And I'll
for
take
you.
first watch.
All right, so go ahead.
I'll sit on first with you if you want, Ree.
Who's on
If you want.
second? That was a dad joke. I'm so sorry. I hate myself.
As you should. You want
I don't know. Suru's shit joke is worse.
Okay, so you guys go into this little alcove, this little outcropping. You set yourselves up. The furs have really held out for all of the horror stories that goblin kind has told through the ages, and dwarven kind, about how hobgoblins act. They seemed to be really too civilized for their own good. Their gear is top quality. It's almost human level. A little subpar compared to most human stuff, but it's really, really, really decent. And you weren't tracked out of town and murdered, so far as you know. So yeah, it's kind of wild. But as you go to settle in, the furs, I mean, they kind of coddle you straight to sleep. If you only want to do one person watches, you are more than welcome to, because the rest of you have your backs to the inside of a cave, and only one person has to sit at the front. But I'll let you guys decide that. Excuse me.
I mean, I'm okay with being out here while you guys rest for a while.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep right away.
I mean,
Well, I'll take the second watch. Beforehand, since I think it's a little bit more than breathing, Doc, can you help fix my hand before we sleep?
Of course. She'll walk over and I'll cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay, go ahead and roll some dice for me.
And she looks unhappy to be having to ask for help.
When she heals, she puts her hand out for you to put your hand in hers, and then she puts her other hand over yours once you put it in her hand.
She looks slightly less upset.
As they stare at each other, Gray's gonna like kneel down in between them and go, "Have you kissed yet?"
Doc will backhand him in the
I'm
face.
gonna throw an elbow, so this is a unison thing.
Okay, both you make an attack roll for me, just unarmed.
Worth it.
Absolutely worth it, I agree.
Oh, that was
almost a nat 20, dude.
Oh, that would have been funny. She knocks like 3 teeth out of your fucking head.
It
went from a 20 to a 2.
So Doc swings up at Gray, and Gray instinctively dodges like, oh shit, I didn't realize you were going to swing on me. And Aurora.
Almost as bad. We weren't really trying.
Gray, yeah, you've got a 12 AC, don't you? Yes, you do, son of a bitch. Yeah, no, I know you do. So you dodge the hand, and as you look down, you feel this little, like, poke in the side, and you look down and you realize that Aurora's bony-ass elbow has just nudged you off. Obviously, it didn't hurt, but, yeah.
It apparently would have been 0 damage anyway, so...
It would have, yeah.
It's strength.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm pretty sure I heal people when I hit them.
Well, I hurt him when I heal him, so it's a good counteraction. Gray,
Yeah.
your interest in that is almost alarming.
It's fun to watch to see you two pretend and then not fail at it. Besides, look at Aurora. Look at the reaction I got. So worth it.
Have you kissed Ree yet?
Who? Oh.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah?
Why? Absolutely not.
Hey, Gray, well, sweet dreams. Pray for you.
Don't. You won't get anywhere with it.
I'm gonna pray so hard.
Alright, pray your tongue out.
Oh. I like that. Pray your tongue out. Fuck. I like that a lot. That's dark. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Doc will give Aurora's hand a pat, and then walk over to her station for watch.
And Aurora's going to put her bedroll as near to the fire where she can feel the heat, but close enough that she doesn't think she's going to fling herself into it.
Okay.
So it's like right at the edge of where it's still warm.
Okay. So everybody falls fast asleep. Those of you who are sleeping. Ree, you are awake during the watch, and I'm sorry, was there somebody staying up with Ree?
Me.
Okay, so why don't you both give me perception checks? Okay. The first, well... So the watch goes by pretty uneventfully. You continue to watch down in the valley where you can see that pinprick of light, which is very obviously some sort of fire. It doesn't continue to grow, but it does continue to burn throughout the entirety of your shift. It does not go out.
Is it like kicking up a lot of smoke too, or is it just? Do I just see the pinprick of light?
So it's tough to tell because it's nighttime, so you can't really see the smoke itself, but you can
Yeah.
definitely see the flames flickering, and you can identify that it is definitely fire. And noting that it hasn't gone out, you'd get. Actually, you know what? Make a survival check for me, Ree. Here's something weird I've never done with survival. Okay, with your perception mixed with your survival and noticing this first thing when you got there, you can smell on the wind as the draft is being carried up into the mountains and up and over the mountains. You can very clearly smell burning wood, which tells you that there is something active happening down there.
I was almost expecting to smell, I don't know, burning bodies or burning shit, but nah, it smells like just wood.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe. Maybe they did take care of the problem down there.
Be nice if they did.
Can't be that easy though.
No, it never is.
You guys know me too well.
I wanted to tell you, number one. Well, okay, so wait. Well, number one, I saw how scared you were of that dragon. But as soon as you realized that we were in trouble, you went face to face with it, and that wasn't lost on me.
And I figured I'd be the least likely to get pummeled. I just wanted to at least get his detention off of you guys and hopefully, get you guys to at least get out of the line of sight. But yeah, it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped.
No, I mean, if it wasn't for you, I think that I would be a gnomesicle. So I do really appreciate that you did that. Like I said, I saw that you were scared. I mean, I don't know what we did to deserve you, Reed, but I'm glad you're here. I think it's part of my luck.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've never really been, like I said, a part of a friendship group like this before in my life, and I don't know. I just wanted to make sure it's all stays together and we're all alive, and Can I just be honest with you? I'm always fucking scared. I'm scared about a lot of things, really. I'm particularly scared now.
You hide it really
Like,
well.
I'm really fucking scared right now.
Good, because I'm really fucking scared too.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to talk to you much about it, but when I was dead the first time, the first time of the first time of the last two times,
When
like the longer
butt chin
time.
fucked you up.
Yeah. So when I was dead that time, I really did hang out with Carl.
I believe you. Was it
and-
cool? I already asked that. He was real cool. Yeah.
Of course he was really cool. But there's just so Gray, he's got some bad evil shit going on, like
Yeah, we know that.
for real though, like for real, to the point where I've been tasked with helping him get away from whatever it is.
How
So
are you supposed to do that?
yeah, that's not how it works. They don't give us the answers; they just give us the task.
Oh, that's
Um,
weird.
Yeah. But he also gave me the tools, so I can't do
Okay.
the assassin stuff anymore at all. Not that I really did it before.
I mean, no offense, you weren't great.
Hey, look,
I can tell your heart wasn't in it. I'm sorry.
it definitely wasn't, but she did go down like a sack of shit. There was one other one, and I say she and not Aurora because they are two different people.
Yeah.
But I just need you to be really careful with Gray. There is good in him, and he will never admit it, ever in a million years.
Oh, I know, and we're willing him down. No, I know.
He,
I
I
can
mean,
I can
look at,
tell. I can tell. He paused a little bit when I told when we were talking about kissing. I saw it.
well, that wouldn't be good, but I'd rather he was not in his current state. Um, but even some of the stuff he's done though, like, go as far back as Middleton, right? He could have left. He could have left us. We could have never seen him again. He could have left. He was sitting in the front row. Well, actually, I think it was the second row. Um, in court. He was there. And he hung around the whole time as the beggar, and he could leave at any time, and he hasn't yet. So there's good in him, or maybe it's all part of his evil plot. I don't know.
Well, he also gave me a gift too. So I mean, that's kind of nice. He's a nice guy.
Gave you a gift.
Yeah, he gave me a gift.
It's nice,
Right?
actually. That's
See?
really-
Yeah, that's real nice.
Well,
So
Give me
we
drugs.
need to hang on
He
to
gave you-
that. Oh, well, you know what? It's still a thoughtful gift because he
Right?
knows you like it. So okay, yeah, it's still.
What is drugs
Yeah.
bad?
Well, I'm really feeling like a mom today. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, drugs are bad. It's a toxin that you're putting in your body on purpose. That being said, I've used it plenty of times. So, but I digress. We need to hang on to that good in him. We also need to remember what we were taught about fighting these creatures, which is alliance, right? It was our friendship is what's going to help us. So we need to strengthen that as much as we can amongst the group. That's going to come from you. He doesn't like me. I'm pretty sure if we left him and Aurora alone in a room with a chair, both of them would kill each other with the leg of a chair.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I think, well, Aurora would definitely kill him with the leg of a chair.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know.
No, I don't know. He got the booyah, so I don't know.
Right, exactly. But again, I'm really nervous. We're talking about being scared. I am scared shitless about going against these things because that first death was a doozy. It was unpleasant and cold.
We won't let it happen again. Don't worry. I won't let it happen again, at least.
I'm not worried about me. Just, I don't know.
Are you worried about Aurora?
Well, yeah, I'm worried about Aurora. There were 4 of her earlier. She says she's hearing this weird voice, and, it's not Gray's weird voice. I almost wish it was, because at least we'd know where it was coming from at that point. Now she can't use her magic, and her stuff is her magic, and I don't know. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like she's just evolving. I don't know. Maybe Meepo's growing up. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
She said it didn't sound like me. I mean, I don't know how fast kobolds grow. Maybe it is an overnight thing. I guess I didn't really.
Yeah, right. I mean, like I've seen like a bunch of like goblins. Like when they grow up, they kind of their voices get a little deeper. They go from like this to this. It's kind of pretty.
But I mean, if it didn't affect her magic, then I would totally accept that. But it's absolutely. I mean, she's getting harmed.
Right.
So I don't know. We have to be careful. And yeah, of course I'm worried about her. And she looks in her backpack and starts digging around in her backpack, and then pulls out this weird looking cup. I don't know what to do with this.
What is it?
This was the thing that I got for being a terrible assassin.
So what she pulls out is this. It is the
Ree's
goblet.
Actually, seen it yet? Yeah.
No, Rhea has not seen it yet. She's kept it very secret. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it is literally carved out of bone with a silver inlay and then painted red. But that crimson, to you, Ree especially, that shit looks like straight up dried blood. That does not look like any sort of paint or pigment you've ever seen before, short of raw blood.
I want to be done with this chapter.
Yeah.
I was thinking about burying it up here.
Oh, good luck with that. This is all fucking rock and frozen dirt. You're not going to be able to bury anything here.
Yeah, but then I felt inspired by you with throwing people off the mountain.
Yeah.
But if this hits somebody in the head, I'm concerned.
I think the only thing you're going to hit in the head down there is probably a fucking mountain goat or a yeti. Honestly.
Aw.
And
I
I mean,
actually
they're
feel
goats.
worse
They're
about
fine. They're fine.
Fine.
You've seen Joseph. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I got kicked out of the club, so I can't imagine I'm supposed to hang on to it. So it probably should have been collected. We were a little busy being incarcerated. I'll pray on it. I'll see what Garl says.
All right.
But
do you want me to eat it? I'll chuck it.
if Garl says that's the right thing to do, then I think so. Yeah, I think that it's appropriate for you because she starts laughing hysterically because of my assassination of you.
Oh yeah. But I missed a joke.
So
The assassination was the joke.
as Doc begins to laugh hysterically, both Gray and Aurora begin to stir awake.
Oops.
All right. Next watch.
Yeah, so then we'll shake Aurora awake but leave Gray, I suppose.
Oh, no need to. They're awake. They were
awake,
stirring awake. You said I laugh hysterically, and their perceptions are very high.
Oh, I see.
So, with that being said, Gray and Aurora, you are awoken to the sound of Doc cackling like a maniac. You both open your eyes, and she's standing there next to Ree, holding the fucking goblet in her right hand. And both of you are just like, oh, what is happening? And Ree is just nonchalant. Not Ree also, just to be clear, does not have a dagger in her side or anything like that. So
I think
Doc.
Garl's gonna look over like Ray should make sure she's fine. Turn to Doc and go. If Garl's gonna drive you insane, can you be quieter and sane?
No.
Fuck
Can you
Cloud.
put down the goblet then?
Well, that was what we were talking about. We're discussing yeeting said goblet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sure Ray could throw it pretty far.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna pray on it.
Why? Just throw it.
What time is it?
Time for you to do a watch. It was the end of our watch, right?
it was, yeah, right about the end of your watch. Yep.
Did Gray and I get the effects of the long rest and stuff?
You did indeed.
Cool, I want to make sure I actually click it this time.
Yes, click, 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 click. Okay, with that being said, Doc and Ree, you both settle into your snuggies, your goat skin snuggies for the evening. And God, that sounds comfortable as shit, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. And Gray and Aurora, you take up your watch. Doc, what are you doing with that goblet? Now that everybody has seen it, I mean, obviously, you're not intending to follow that path anymore, but it is still in your possession.
She'll put it back in her backpack for now. Legitimately, she is going to pray on it before she goes to sleep. Just kind of ask for guidance, just for sake of brevity. I'll take all of it. But she'll just pray on it and say, I feel like this is the right thing to do. Please let me know if you agree. I want to close this chapter, and I see no reason to hang on to this item.
Okay. There does not seem to be an immediate response, but you know that the divines work sometimes in mysterious ways with their signs. All right. Gray and Aurora, is there anything you would like to discuss and or accomplish during your watch? While you are thinking about that, go ahead and both of you give me perception checks.
Actually, before we do that, Gray will probably, as he's still sitting up, gonna stare about it. You need someone to keep watch with you, or can I go back to that?
Go back to sleep, Bard.
All right, perfect. Goodbye.
Okay, and with that, Gray cozies on up to his goatskin cloak and falls back asleep.
Oh, that was a perception check. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Well, since it doesn't want to go over there, it was a 6 on the die, so a total of an 11.
Okay, so it was discussed briefly about the weird fire that people had seen burning down below, and you keep an eye on it during the course of your watch. Nothing seems to change with it, but you're pretty aloof to what's happening around you. Thankfully, so say it the dice, so say it the percentiles, there is no issue tonight as far as the remainder of your watch is concerned. Is there anything you are intending to accomplish during this awake time? This alone awake time?
Yes, I want to try and talk to not anymore, Meepo.
Okay.
Excuse you, he's not me, but get it right.
So, how would you like to approach this?
I'm gonna kind of reflect inwardly, and I'm assuming this is actually why her perception isn't great, because she gets a little preoccupied in her own mind. Where she's gonna kind of like look inward a little, kind of like where she could reach up for and kind of feel Meepo. She's gonna kind of mentally do that, and then just kind of open her awareness to that as best as she can, because she doesn't know what the fuck to think. So it's kind of a feeling it out first, and then depending on that, then potentially talking to it.
Okay, go ahead and make a... This is going to be a weird one, but make a persuasion check. And this is for Aurora instinctively attempting to persuade something that she is not entirely sure about to come and see her, speak to her, be with her. You need to get this thing's attention. Okay, so a 9. So as you begin to inwardly reflect, as you would have when Meepo was around, you lose yourself in the moment. The moment jumps to minutes, half hour, hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours deep in your watch, and you blink suddenly and realize that you've been staring at the pinprick of fire in the valley the entire time. As you come to and realize that the sun is beginning to rise as it's creeping just over the horizon, and the light is becoming dimmer and dimmer, you finally hear a voice, and a burst of hot air washes over you.
It took you this long to call me out?
And this is all inward, this is not out loud. Well, wasn't sure who or what. Said you are not the one I was expecting to talk to.
What exactly were you expecting, halfling?
There's a mental image of Meepo.
You dilly-dally with kobolds and things that would dream of what you can become. You are more than mere minute scales. My blood runs in you, and you cling to the frivolous shit! That is the underbelly of draconic nature. Why? Why do you not embrace your roots?
Do you want to explain what those roots are? Because that might be why.
From where do you hail, creature?
She's gonna start to like instinctually answer and then stop and like make a decision and say, I was born in the grove of the druids of the Circle of the Moon.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Come on, dice. Please agree with this character growth here. The dice love my character growth thing. It's a nat 20.
Wow.
You were born under the guise of the druids. The great-granddaughter to the Organu bloodline, birthed amongst bitches and whelps. Unfortunate. Though it explains your weakness and inability to do anything correct. The fallen angel is right about you. He has been right since day one. Foolish broad. One day you will understand exactly what it is that runs within your veins. You will understand where you come from, where your mother came from, where your grandmother came from, and why I chose your great-grandmother to birth my bloodline. Until then, you are nothing but the kobold whelp that you lap at the tits of for attention, for which you so dearly crave. Good luck, she.
And the flame dies down, and suddenly you come to, and everybody behind you begins to stir. You guys start to instinctually wake up as the night has gone by without a peep. And Doc, your eyes kind of flicker open, and Aurora is sitting on the edge of the cliff. Literally, with about 2 inches of her ass actually sitting on the cliff, and she's leaning over and within seconds of pushing herself off.
Alright, so immediately Doc would carefully go over there. She doesn't want to spook her or scare her, but having seen her in a trance before, she's gonna say, "Help!" and try to get over there and pull her back.
Okay, explain that order of events to me one more time.
As she's moving toward Aurora, she's gonna do it carefully. She's gonna say, help! And she's gonna move over toward Aurora to try to grab onto her clothes, her furs, whatever, to pull her back. Whatever. If she can grab her around the waist, great, but she really doesn't want to spook her to scare her, so she's gonna be grabbing at her to pull her back.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Make a dexterity saving throw for me. And Ree, you are coming to, and you hear Ree, help! And you see Aurora like slowly nudging herself off the edge of this cliff, like kind of scooting herself forward. Aurora, you are just coming to as you realize, holy shit, I'm slipping off the face of this cliff.
Yeah, Ree will
Guidance.
Yep.
Yeah, Ree will yell Aurora's name and kind of scramble over to her, much less calm and sneakily as Doc, of course.
It's a 10.
A 10. So you begin to bolt. As you grab at her, Doc, unfortunately, you hit a patch of ice on the ground, and instead of grabbing onto her, you push her. Oh, there goes my...
Nice added effect there.
I guarantee you I did not do that on purpose, 100%. Give me a second to let me grab my cam.
I hate everything that's happening right now.
Well, I guess I'm gonna explore falling damage.
Or save yourself and don't fall would be ideal.
Sorry about that, folks.
Well, if Aurora's coming to in that moment, she's going to try and, like, go backwards, like, back onto solid ground, but she is pissed the fuck off. Like, the first emotion that she feels isn't self-preservation, it's fucking, like, rage.
Okay, so... And Gray's just watching all this unfolding, and he's just clapping. He's like, wow, now this is a show. Just kidding. Okay, so,
Seems legit.
Aurora, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh, wait, this is one that's okay. We'll see.
Yeah, not for me, so...
Yeah, and actually, Doc,
Yeah,
you're...
I only would saving throw.
Doc, I know you said yours was 11, but you still have...
No, I said it was a 10.
Oh, sorry. It's actually a 9.
Was it? I just had a long rest, so shouldn't it be -1 now?
Oh, it is -1. Yep, you're right. Okay, 20. Perfect. So, Aurora, as you begin to slip off the edge of the cliff, okay, as Aurora begins to slip off the edge of the cliff, as it appears to you, Aurora, as you're coming to, that somebody has just shoved you. You look behind as you begin to slip off, and you realize it's fucking Doc behind you, and her hand comes off your back as she is desperately reaching for you, but it's clear that she accidentally, or well, you're not sure if it's accidental at this point, but it's clear that she is the one who pushed you the remainder off the edge of the cliff. You begin to fall. You go down about 10 feet. You snag a branch that is jutting forward from the cliff that's attached to a couple of really gnarly looking dark brown and frosted over vines. As you hit it, there's an audible snap and you hear the laugh in your mind. The dark guttural
Welp.
As that happens, an incantation leaves your mouth, and you've never heard this before. Doc, you hear it. It's quick. It's very, very sudden, and it sounds like she's speaking in reverse. As it happens, her whole body turns into a cloud of mist. As that happens, Aurora, you are under the effects of Misty Step, and you 30 feet back on top of the cliff from where you had just fallen, and right in front of Doc, your body coalesces and then rematerializes. You have lost a second level spell slot for today.
Okay. She comes to and she looks just angry. Like, more pissed off than she's been, I'm pretty sure, this entire campaign.
Doc has a hand over her mouth and a hand in the air like this. And she's just wide-eyed, tears are streaming down her face, and she is just kind of staring.
I feel like at this point, Gray would just sit up, and the hat that was on his face just falls down, and he just goes, "What is it this morning?"
And at this point, you have now reached the edge of the cliff. With
Where'd you
Aurora
go?
just like
Does she appear in front of me?
She
or
just,
behind me?
yeah, she just materializes like right in front of you. Like, I mean,
Oh,
dead
shit.
on. It's like a cloud of fog just appears, and then it takes shape, and within a second, it's her.
Oh no, because Rita was moving kind of quick.
Oh no. I'll tell you what, give me a strength saving throw, because this would be you digging your heels into the ground to not bull rush this bitch right off the edge of the cliff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're fine, but it's close. You're like nose to nose with her for a second.
Whoa! It kind of smells like a wet fart.
Doc stands there for a second, takes a few deep breaths, and then just kind of falls backward onto the ground in a sitting position. Her hand is still up, and her other hand is over her mouth still, and she's just staring at the ground now with wide eyes, realizing she almost just shoved you off the fucking mountain.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of these cliffs. They're super slippery. Right? Okay.
Aurora's going to look at Ree with like old she hatred for a moment, then kind of blink, go right past Ree, not say anything, go over to Doc, like reach out a hand to like just pull her to her feet, if Doc, accepts the hand.
It takes her a second to realize you're even standing there, and then she'll compose herself and take your hand and stand up.
And she will, once you're on your feet, she's gonna say, "Let's eat, let's get our shit, and let's go."
So what happened?
Aurora turned into a fart on the wind after she fell off a cliff, and then here we are.
Aurora, Doc had the cup for 1 second, and Aurora's falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess next time I'll just stay up with you.
No, next time I will.
Sold.
Doc?
Now what's for breakfast?
It's fine.
Yeah, clearly it's fine. Doc will
but
reach
it's
into
clear
her
as the fact
backpack.
You jumped off a cliff.
Doc's gonna reach into her backpack and take out the crimson conduit and not go too close to the edge, because fuck that.
It's a pretty long drop. Like, you would bounce a few times before it got really nasty, but it's still pretty far down.
So she'll look over, and then she'll look over her shoulder and say, "Ree?"
Yeah.
So just without looking, she's just gonna like hold it over her shoulder.
At that note, Gray's just gonna start drumming the, like the drum roll for like when something's about to happen.
You gonna do it?
Yeah,
You want me
please
to do it?
make sure you don't kill anybody with it, please. That would be too ironic.
Aim for the
Okay.
fire.
All right. Yeah. Ree will approach, grab the goblet, and give it a nice.
Constitution
Fuck.
saving throw, please.
Oh no. 23 do it.
Okay, so you succeed, and you only take 14 points of necrotic damage. As you grab the conduit, there is a pulse of black and red energy as this crimson material rises up out of the cup, touches your fingertip, and begins to, like, inject itself into your veins. The fingertips begin to melt away, exposing literal bone. It melts all the way down to the bone. It gets about to the second knuckle on your hand before you let go and resist the remainder of the damage.
Yeah, Ree just like screeches like, yeah!
As that happens, Doc says, "Get the shit out of our lives," and then she'll reach over and heal at first level cure wounds. Oof. Hopefully that's the worst one for this fucking session. It's terrible.
Okay, so Doc, you are still holding the crimson conduit.
Alright, so it's me then. Okay. See if this thing lets me throw it. She looks at it here and says, "I no longer wish to drink the crimson conduit," and throws it over the side of the mountain. Or attempts to.
Okay. Make a strength check for me, please. This is just for the yeet. God damn, that's a big cat.
She's not. She's just activating long mode.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah,
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 she's
it's
actually
reactive.
a very small cat. She's just being annoying with present.
So, being a gnome is not easy. Being a weak gnome is even not easier. And you go to yeet the crimson conduit off the side of the cliff, and as you do so, you chuck it. I mean, it doesn't like sail out into the distance and mysteriously just vanish as it loses sight. But you watch it. You huck it. And it kind of starts to spiral down the side of the mountain. It hits a rock and bounces, and as it starts to go into trees, into a small patch of trees, I should say, there is a burst, and you see the pine needles shiver ever so slightly from within this little subsection of trees, which causes the snow on them to kind of like break off and hit the ground. As that happens, a black smoke rises up from inside the tree line for about 5 or 6 seconds and then fades.
Hope that means this is done.
There's some nasty shit you drink out of that?
I killed people for money. Or attempted to.
And you can
Wait,
remove
what,
the
did the
crimson
cup-
conduit.
Did the cup tell you to kill people?
Told me who to kill.
Uh,
It told me who I could make money off of killing.
Or did you pray about it?
Did?
yeah, should talk to Carl.
And look, it came to the same conclusion we did. Oh, wait.
Look, Gray, to be honest with you, he didn't tell me to do anything. But sometimes unanswered prayers are exactly what we need. I needed to figure out what I needed. And Garl wasn't going to tell me what I needed.
Sounds like an excuse.
I feel sorry for you.
Don't. I'm loving it.
Bless you.
Sure you are.
Okay,
will-
breakfast time.
Yeah, Doc will sit down, open the backpack, and very unceremoniously take out 4 very random macarons.
Random, you say?
One of them poison.
Oh, we got the earwax macaroon.
So, you get a pistachio macaroon.
Oh, almost as bad.
Doc and Gray get white chocolate, and Aurora, you get one of the raspberries.
That cat is adorable.
Yeah, she's snuggly.
Okay, so you all consume your macarons, and you feel satiated as best as you can. And yeah, that's that. So, what would you like to do? Just to note, now that you guys are awake and looking down into the ravine, there is a black smoke rising from the spot that you had seen the fire the night before.
Need to get down there sooner than later.
Yeah. How far of a travel does it look like from here at this point?
From where you guys are at, if you were to travel and move directly towards where that smoke spot is, where Pudu is, it's probably 4 hours.
Okay. Oh yeah, so we'll probably just make there in a couple of hours. Fuck yeah.
Okay, you lead the way.
Okay.
Let's get down and get you guys to kill some. What was there again? Lost, Wretched, and the Damned.
Yeah, those guys. Okay. All right, let's go. she'll shoulder her pack and break camp and all that, and then hit the road.
Okay.
Kind of trudges after.
Yep. And description-wise, Aurora like ate the macaroon without like saying anything and was just standing and waiting for the others. She still looks very just pissed off.
All right, so you begin to trudge down the mountainside. Go ahead and give me a survival check, everybody. And this is for traversing the terrain, and yours is doubling. Actually, give me 2, because one of yours is going to be for following the path. Oh, we are not starting this off good. Well, a couple of you are doing good. Okay. What?
Not bad.
Well, this is a passive one, so I was gonna say, could I guidance, but it's...
No, it's passive. Yep, only active checks. Okay, so the survival check from Gray and Ree as far as okay, so Gray and Ree, you're not doing so good keeping up in the snow. The snow and the ice combo, it's not easy for you. So you're moving just a little teeny tiny bit slower. However, Ree, you've got this fucking trail locked on. Not only do you have this trail locked on, but you have this trail locked on so hard that you actually notice about 2 hours into the trek goblin footprints. And you see it starts as 1 set, and then it goes 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3, and then 3 and 4, and then all of a sudden there is a stampeded path, or a very pat down path that you are for sure are all goblin footprints leading to or in the direction of Pudu. And you know, being from Pudu, that you guys only come out so far anyways in big groups, so this is the path that leads to Pudu, and you're on the right track. Everybody else has no problem as far as the snow is concerned. It's really not that bad. It's a little deeper than normal for this time of year and at this elevation, but it's only a little bit worse for wear because of dipshit White Dragon who created a snowstorm a couple days ago. So, but you get through it no problem.
Do the tracks look fresh, like last week or so, or probably not?
So they that's actually a great question. Give me 1 sec.
Kidnaps the cat again.
The cat was trying to unplug my everything, so yes.
It's being held hostage for bad behavior.
Yes. And Lady is now like, why is the cat getting attention?
So the best you can tell, Ree, is that when you started to hit the 1Z and 2Z on the outskirts of town, or of town, that those were much more fresh than the ones that were very well worn and leading to town. Those ones already had ice in them, which is clear that the snow had fallen, it had melted, and then frozen at night. But the ones leading like outside of town in the 1 and 2 sets, those were probably in the last week or so.
Okay, so there's foot traffic coming around here, so that may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing. Probably a bad thing, because they're all fucking possessed and shit.
Who's
Okay.
possessed? What?
Yeah, maybe everybody.
So bear with the map for 1 minute. This is a very large map. You have arrived at the outskirts of Pudu. You have moved through the forested area that leads into the actual village itself. And at this point, because of Ree's 19 survival, you are not only following foot tracks, which Ree knows the path into town, but you are also following the scent of the smoke that you could see from the mountaintop, and that is where you guys. This is where you guys have arrived. Again, this is a big fucking map. I mean, it's huge. So just bear with it. It is loading right now, and as soon as we are in, you guys will have your visuals. However, because of the situation at hand, even though it is midday, there is a heavy darkness that lies within Pudu. As you begin to push through the brush in the forest clearings, you come up to what literally appears to you to be a wall of darkness. It's not pitch black, but as you kind of put your hand in it and manipulate it, it is almost a heavy smoke. You take a breath, it doesn't impede your movement, but as you peer in, you feel your dark vision kick in, and you start to see things in black and white.
Oh, they literally meant darkness. Do you have your hand up, Lucy?
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Lucy.
Hi, I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to, but my camera is pretty zoomed out, and I can kind of already see the fountain in the village, and also I can see into a house. So I don't think I'm supposed to be able to see that.
Yep. Yes, you are. Yep. There are light sources in town that are illuminating things.
Yeah, but I can see dead goblins and a creature
Yeah.
inside one of the houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll deal with it when we get there.
Yep.
Just pretend you don't see it.
Yeah. I just wanted to point it out in case you didn't know.
Okay, it appears that the map, at least on my end, has rendered. If anybody else needs a moment, that is fine by me.
Yeah, I'm good. Looking good for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, Ree definitely has her hammer out. Am I seeing light actually coming from a building up there? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes.
Does it look like
Yes.
square-shaped light?
Yep. So there is, so if you are seeing, the way that dynamic lighting works is if at this point you are seeing, if you are seeing light on your screen, it is because you are seeing light going into or coming out of windows or doors that are open, and allowing those light sources to kind of come through. You know, being from this village, that there are bioluminescent fungi that you grow and consume for sustenance, and the weird patchy things like here on, I don't know how far you're zoomed out, but over here there are fungi. Give me one sec. Over here there are fungi. And that's about all you can see from where we're at right now. So, anyways.
And would I be able to recognize the direction of Ree's old house?
Yes. Give me one sec. So, from where you're at, Ree, your house is to the east. Let me ping that one more time.
All right, so Ree's going to start making her way that way.
All right. Now, for those of you without dark vision, you are moving essentially blind at this point, outside of the light sources that are active and shining through in town.
That I recognize as a player that this is the problematic thing, but Aurora operates on instinct, so she's gonna try and cast light, which is a sorcerer's spell.
Hey, I dig it. Give me some percentile dice, please.
Yeah. And she is not saying anything leading up to this.
So from behind you, you hear Aurora in a very Wizarding World fashion say, "Lumos!" And with that, let's see if it works first of all.
Now roll 20 is being slow. Lovely. It just says rolling the dice. Still.
Okay. We got a little bit still. No problem. No problem.
You understand potato internet.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be, which makes this very frustrating. And I'm even downstairs, so I should have fantastic connection.
Hey, 88.
There you go.
Beautiful. So,
Do I have to roll a second one?
nope.
Okay, so apparently angry casting might be the way to do it.
Or you're gonna explode.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, poof, the light goes off. However,
Fuck.
you take 16 points of cold damage. As she says the incantation, the tip of one of her arrows it begins to illuminate, and with that you hear an audible "Ah!" and then a as you look back, and one of her hands is completely encased in ice, and the skin underneath is immediately frostbitten.
After like involuntary pain sound, she's gonna, obviously people look, she would be like, no, I'm fine, just let's keep moving. Trying to preempt Doc.
Yeah, so Doc will look concerned, but when she says she's fine, she'll shake her head and nod at Aurora, and then wait for her to catch up, and then turn around and try to catch up with, which I can't see anymore.
Okay, so at this point, with everybody's passive perceptions, which were all successes, it is very quiet in this town. Very quiet.
Okay. Yeah, so Doc will, once she knows that Aurora is following, will follow and get behind, like nearby-ish. Free.
Okay. So Ree, you saddle up to one of your neighbors' houses. You remember this neighbor as being actually one of the local mushroom farmers. The whole family, literally from generations and generations and generations of goblins, they were mushroom farmers. You peek in the window. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you peek in.
Wait, womp.
So as you look in, you kind of like look through the window, and your breath immediately fogs the fucking window up. You can't see shit through it.
Ah, fuck. Okay, she'll just keep walking down the alley here.
Okay. Now, just so you guys know, I have a settings turned on right now within the dynamic lighting to where if your field of vision lights up an area in the fog of war, it should maintain a revealed area. It might be grayed out, but you can at least see it. So if you see the map being slowly uncovered on your field of vision, it's because of where you're turning.
Nice.
Okay, so Ree, you round the corner at the edge of the house, and you see one of the bioluminescent patches. This is usually what you guys would use. These purple and blue ones up here are ones that you would use for like breakfast meals. They're more berry flavored. You guys feed them boar's blood in order to get their vibrancy, and they look like they are in full bloom, like ready to roll.
Ooh. Ah, not right now. Later. No time. She will continue across.
Okay. So, you get up to your house. There is a door. Whoops. So there is a door right here directly in front of you that leads in, and you know that's just one of the door, I should say, to your actual residence, to your shack. And it is closed right now. And there's no lights coming out of the windows. Sorry, go ahead, Lucy.
I'm not gonna lie. When you stood on the green stuff, Ree, I legitimately lost you for a second.
I know, that's why I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't see you earlier when I was like, oh, I can't see Ree anymore. It's because you were in the grass.
So yeah, the foliage that I have on this map, because the way Dungeon Alchemist like imports into Roll20, if you put yourself in a tree, you fucking disappear.
Yeah, that's
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is Aurora following Cat?
Yes, however, I just got my thing to reload, so I don't know where I'm going to follow, because I've just got a little...
I got her. I got
Go to
her.
the right.
I got you, Cat.
Thank you. Your lighting is very, very cool. My internet says no.
Honestly, my internet's starting to lag too. It's saying no. It's slowly saying, make us into tater tots. Uh-oh, Cat said my internet's starting to say no, and then she's gone.
Yeah, well, I can
Then it
still
said
see
nope.
you guys fully moving.
Well, that's
I didn't
good.
like that tater tots joke.
Okay, so Ree, you peek through the window,
Yeah.
and as you look in, everything looks as it was when you lived here. Things are a little disheveled, but nobody's inside. It's vacant.
Okay. She's gonna try the door.
Okay, so boop, the door opens, and inside is your home. You don't see any sign of Chuck or Chuck. The beds are pretty much where they would typically be, as you guys kind of just slept in big hay piles with furs and stuff. There's no notes, there's no scribble, there's nothing. Give me an investigation check, however, as you are entering and kind of looking around. As I would assume, Ree would be kind of like, okay, what the fuck's
Oh,
going on
absolutely.
here?
Yeah. She wants to see like if I can't imagine I get it with that roll. Yeah. She's trying to see if like it's been lived in any times recently.
Okay, so the investigation check does not give you any insight as to what's happening here. However, give me a survival check, as you are a savage race creature, and you might be able to get some more info from it.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. So, as far as whether it's been lived in recently or not, you can tell that within the last 2 to 3 weeks, there was absolutely somebody living here, as there is still an active shit corner, and the shit has not completely melted into the hay pile. Which tells you that,
Gross.
yeah, it's gross, but hey, if there's poop there, it means that there was people there.
Poop people. People.
Poopy people.
Poop equals people. That was a hard sentence to say.
It was, isn't it?
Poop, poop,
Okay.
poop, poop, poop.
Pa, 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 pa. Okay. Welcome to Pudu.
Pudu.
We call it Pudu for a reason. All right, so yeah, you can tell that somebody was here within the last couple of weeks.
Find anything in there, Ree?
No,
Are you okay?
no, but I'm as okay as I can be, I think, at this moment.
But the door's a bit small.
Oh yeah, you got it duck way down.
I don't.
Yeah,
No, you
only
don't.
Gray does.
Okay, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna
okay.
keep looking. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's way too fucking. It's way too quiet here. I don't like it.
All right, give me 1 sec. I actually forgot to uncover something here.
Surprise, it's a monster.
Face huggers pop up from the.
Okay, so I don't know how far you guys are backed out, but from far up in the northeast, you can see inside, even with the darkness being here, I'm actually not entirely sure how to reveal this on my end without doing some crazy shit. You do see an active fire burning.
Yeah, I was about to ask where the fire actually was coming from.
Yeah, it's from the northeast. I'll ping it one more time here just so everybody can get an idea.
Upper right, yeah. Okay. All right, let's go.
We're with you.
So
Where
Ree's
is
kind
let's
of.
go? I've lost you.
I'm right here. So Ree is gonna kind of like skirt like along the sides of the building. She's not gonna get like out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Kind of ducking and dodging a little bit
Okay.
stealthily almost.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and give me a
One might
stealth
call it.
check. Give me a stealth check. Anybody who's attempting
Yeah,
to
I'll
move
do-
stealthily, give me a stealth check.
I'm gonna give myself guidance too. Mine is a 16.
Okay. Okay.
Why are we sneaking?
Because it's quiet here.
Because there's fucking death monsters here.
The point.
My stealth is an 18 because I don't think it's going to end up kicking over.
I still don't see the point.
Hey, it kicked over. All right, so Aurora slips into the shadows. Doc slips into the shadows. Ree slips into the
Slips in
shadows.
shadows while holding a giant fucking light.
And,
Grace
oh,
was
you
in a
are
banana
holding a
peel.
light. Actually, roll that with disadvantage. I forgot, you are holding a light source. You have to roll that with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gray, you say out loud, "Why the fuck are we sneaking?" And everybody kind of hushes you like, "Ah, why the fuck would you say that? We're being sneaky."
I don't see the point. Why are we sneaking?
I'm really fucking nervous about being here.
The 18 was my low, by the way.
Okay, that's fine by me. So you take the arrow and you put it in your quiver. And then you put the cap on it. So, while Aurora successfully does that and somehow keeps track of where everything is, there is, as you get to where you are, I'm going to go ahead and pause everybody right here. Go ahead and stop moving characters for me. I need to just get a couple of things set very quickly. Suddenly, there is an overwhelming presence, not only in your mind, but in the very pits of your stomachs. I need everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw as the following begins to flood your very being.
No, not that one.
Oh, I absolutely fail. Mine's a 4.
Can I cast guidance on her?
I don't think it's gonna help.
You can't. She's out of sight, Candace. She's
Okay,
behind
I'll
the
do that
building
myself.
right now.
And even a max guidance would take me up to 8. Garl's like, no.
Nah, this bitch be hungry, though. Okay, so we've got a 17... Okay, give me 1 sec.
You know, I missed this the soundtrack. It's really cool.
I didn't.
love it.
You know what?
I
This
didn't
is a new one. If you guys haven't noticed yet, there's one for each of the type of sorrow sworn that you're encountering.
I thought that might have been the case.
Oh,
Yeah,
So I need to know, is this just you?
it's literally just me, dude.
Okay, that's perfect, because I could totally imagine you doing it like that different voice.
Oh yeah, I heard him.
And then...
I heard it. Our daughter looked at me and said, "What's he doing?" I said, "Oh, he's recording creepy shit for later." Oh my god.
He's just trying to give your mommy nightmares.
Yay, nightmares!
After last night's South Park, I think,
Yeah, the nightmares. Oh god. Okay, so Aurora and Doc, both of you. Oh, wait, Doc. That's 11, 12, 13. Yep. Okay. So.
I'm only a 12.
Oh, thank you. Yep, thank you. Okay, so you both reduce your total hit points by 7. As you feel you have not eaten in days, and you are fiending at this point for something to consume. You have felt a presence enter literally your very being that you cannot understand, you cannot comprehend, but you know you need to eat, and you need to eat soon. So until further notice, your total hit point max, your max, is reduced, both of you, by 7. And that was actually a very lucky roll on both your parts.
weird question. How I've taken damage because I cast light.
Yep.
Is that which side of the hit points is getting reduced? I guess. Am I?
I said it is your it is your max. Your max hit points are reduced by 7.
So in Roll20, it's your green one, and then if you in D&D Beyond, if you click on it, there's a spot that says Override Max HP in the bottom right. You can type in your max would be.
Yep, I've had to do that most levels. So okay. Wait.
Okay, so with that being said, I need everybody to click on themselves and add yourself to turn order and roll initiative.
Does my initiative take a -1 or no?
Oop, disregard. There's not a white dragon here yet. Doc, what did you just roll? 6? give me a second. I'm trying to... There's a lot of people on this screen right now. So I have Kevin as a 16.
I'm at a 9 in case it doesn't go over.
Aurora is a 9. Gray was a 3. Okay. As far as your initiative is concerned, Candace... Okay, so Raised Dead is a -4 to attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Initiative is not an ability check.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. Okay, so...
Hold on real quick. Did I hear I'm so hungry?
I'm so hungry. Yeah.
You heard what you heard. Listen close.
That's what she questioned, by the way.
Yep. I'm so hungry.
We were downstairs in the living room, and she said, "What is he doing up there?"
Xavier really channeling his inner uwu for this one.
Don't hate on my uwu. Alright, so...
Our initiative sucks.
Look at mine.
I don't see
Everybody...
a problem with yours.
All of those.
Oh, really? How about the last, like, last 5 creatures? 7, 7, 6, 4.
3.
Well, you're fucking great. You do everything terribly, so...
Aww.
He tells good stories.
It's true! Even when he tries to do good, he's terrible.
He's also really good at stabbing his friends in the chest and stealing things, so that he's got that going.
That-
Going for sure.
That is a pretty fair point. So, as you are all very quote-unquote quietly moving towards the northeastern side of the village, there is an audible wail from the center of the village, which you would know is where what they call the pit is. And that is the pit that people typically get yeeted into, and they very rarely come out. But the trick of it is, if you get yeeted into the pit because of a crime you've committed or some other thing that they yeeted you into the pit for, if you come out, you're hailed as a hero! And that's never happened.
I bet Reed could do it.
I could totally do it. Challenge accepted.
Reed fell into the pit.
Something we said time and time again.
Way
At
too
least
many times.
3 times.
Exactly. So, Ree, you, at this point, you hear the wail, and you instinctively turn, and you see outside, you instinctively turn towards the center of the village, and standing in front of you is what appears to be, ahead of you, just outside of this tent, just to the north of it, appears to be a goblin-like creature. I mean, stands about as tall as a goblin, except its body is completely blackened, and you see these purple, pulsating veins, kind of like rummaging up and around its face, and as it opens its mouth, it drips this nasty purple ichor. You feel that shit is about to go down.
Shit's about to get real weird.
What would you like to do?
Oh, it's actually me up first. I'm sorry.
Oh, literally, no, you were at the top. You guys were just stealthy enough to trigger this encounter and not give them the surprise attack.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
Reed's
sorry.
not showing in there.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I didn't see
Oh,
myself on the.
wait,
on
what the
board,
fuck?
That's why.
Really? Okay, hold on one second. Give me 1 sec. You were on mine. That was really weird.
Yeah, I clicked on my character and did everything right, but it still didn't show up.
There you go. Hang on, let me just make sure everybody else is there. Oh, it was literally everyone
Yeah, it
else.
looks like it.
You know what? There was a
It's just
duplicate from the last encounter. I wonder if I deleted the wrong instance of you.
All good. Okay, so this guy looks like he's like hovering above the pit, or like just like clambering out of it, kind of.
Oh, the guy in the center there? Yeah, so as you're looking over in that area, there is kind of like a pillar of like semi-translucent light that is directly above that area. It's casting just enough light to create shitloads of shadows. As you are looking over there, you see there is a goblin wreathed in shadow there, and then everybody around that center pit, obviously you see the 4 goblins. The thing in the middle. So let me give you the description of this thing. Okay, so the thing in the center looks like it has floated up and out of the pit. It is hovering still over the pit at ground level, but it is definitely floating. What it looks like to you is a weird husk of loosely stitched together goblin skins, wreathed in shadow, and being held together by thread that appears to be purple and pulsing in nature.
We found her murder missile target. Yeah, she'll see the flesh stitched together, and I'll just throw her into it. Just a frenzied rage. Well, not frenzied rage, but just a rage. Just a good old fashioned rage. So she would, and then charge at the big motherfucker there. She's not gonna make it, of course. But...
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to just get the right thing here.
I think with 80 movement, you can make it to just 1 square below the door to the to where the pit is.
Okay, yeah, she does that.
Or I don't know how much she has.
80, yeah.
It is 80. Okay.
If she runs, yeah. Which she do. Yeah, everybody just hears just scream and then just murder missile.
All right. Did I freeze? Did my screen freeze?
No.
I see a weird line dragged all the way across my screen.
Yeah, I see the line.
Oh,
too.
there we go. There we go. Okay, it's catching up.
Slowly moving.
There we
That was
go.
me measuring.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It got weird.
No, I was just making sure because it's like super delayed on my end. So okay, you get to the 80 spot. However, as you run past the purple veined goblin, it is going to take a swing at you. I don't think that hit. Give me a second. These fucking goblins do not have a whole lot of
16 is a number to beat.
Yeah, no. So it swings at you wildly. As you look down, you're like, "Oh shit, that's our baker!" And he's just like, "Wah!" And he swings at you wildly and misses you completely.
Fuck off, Steve!
All right. God damn it, Steve. So, as that happens, a goblin from inside the little alcove here. It moves up near where the door is. The door is closed currently, by the way. The creature in the middle.
I'd like to point out the sprite for this thing looks so cool.
So it moves up and over the fence, and as it lands, it turns towards you, Ree. And it inhales. As it inhales, it lets out this absolutely gut-wrenching scream. The scream echoes across the battlefield. I need everybody to make a... Constitution saving throw, please. You feel your body seize up. As your body starts to seize up, you resist its effects. Gray, as this thing starts to scream, you literally just pop your fingers in your ears and you are immune to its effect.
Bro, for a -1 con, I've been rolling these pretty damn well.
I was gonna say, that was honestly really fucking impressive.
14 total.
I think I've only failed 1 con save of like the many I've done.
So, Doc and Aurora, you hear this wail. It echoes out literally inside of this weird little darkness bubble that is Pudu. Both of your bodies completely seize up, and you are stunned until the end of your next turn. Alright, it is going to end its turn because that was its action. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so this goblin runs up to the door, and it opens it for its turn. Aurora, it is your turn. Your turn ends because you are stunned, and you are now no longer stunned.
Okay. I'm gonna try refreshing again because I've still got the weird yellow line.
Oh, wow, still? Okay.
Yeah, my everything's fucked tonight. It's delightful.
Alright, so this goblin is going to run out of the out of the little encampment here, and it is going to take a swing at Ree. Okay, that's actually a 21 to hit. That's awesome. And that is going to be for... So that is 4 divided by 2 is 2 points of slashing damage from the rusty short sword that slices you.
Gary, fuck off.
Okay, this goblin runs out of its tent, and it goes over to the east ever so slightly, and it rears back with a short bow, and it fires at Gray. And that's a nat fucking 1. The arrow sails clear over Gray and sticks into the wooden frames of the house behind him. Doc, it is your turn. However, you are physically frozen in place. As your turn ends, your body, your joints release as the essentially living rigor mortis ceases to be on your person. You are now no longer stunned. Okay, we had one goblin move. And this goblin is going to move 15 feet, and then it is also going to rear back on its short bow, and it is going to take a shot at Doc. And that's for 6. Another arrow flies over Doc and into the brush. And now everybody here is starting to wonder, how the fuck did these goblins survive in this clan for so long? Because they're pretty shit shots. Gray!
Okay, so hypnotic pattern is 120 feet. I can see Ree and them all in this one area. So I'm just gonna go with good old hypnotic pattern and place it just like on the goblin. No, I want to put it just so it doesn't reach Ree, but like above.
Just like right there.
I'm assuming you meant like that?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
That still hits the creature, right?
Yeah, it's large, so it is in its space. It's a 2x2. Okay, so you mutter your incantation and you strum, or you slap the drum, you slap at the bass, and as you do so, there is a pulse of energy, and it... Nothing seems to happen.
Not even on the fucking.
The purple-veined goblins seem to not be in any way, shape, or form affected by it.
Alright, well, you'll just hear it. Fuck! And then watch as Gray runs away.
I won't watch that. I refuse.
Actually, hang on. I need to clarify something, because I may have just lied to you. Nope, I am right. Okay, there was a very specific word in there that I was looking for, and just wanted to make sure I wasn't just cheating. I did not cheat.
Alright,
Okay.
I booked it 30 feet back.
Alright. Ree, you see this creature in front of you standing easily 12 feet tall and is wide as an ogre and stitched together out of the husks, literally the skins and the bones of your people, and bound together by these purple glowing veins, as well as a small contingent of your brethren pouring out of the pit's inner sanctum towards you. What would you like to do?
All right, yeah, she's just seeing red when it comes to this guy with all the gross shit on his body and seeing all my buddies' faces on them. Maybe, I don't know, but she's gonna take 2 whacks.
All right.
I meant to actually. Okay. I meant to roll that differently. I don't know why I did that. Okay, and then here comes the damage if it does hit. Plus 2, so that's 8. 8 whole owies.
Okay. You hit it, and it does appear to have a full-blown impact.
Okay. Next attack. Whack. Nope. Absolutely not. For shits and giggles, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do this early. Let's pop this off early. She's gonna action surge.
Okay, you activate your
And-
action surge.
Yep, and attempt to do 2 more whacks.
All right, go ahead and swing. Yeah, the second one, it goes through its body as if it almost wasn't even there.
Probably.
A 13 does not hit, unfortunately. Again, you feel it hit something, but it just kind of absorbs into it.
Oh, please don't make this action surge wasted.
20 absolutely hits. Absolutely hits.
Okay, and that's a 16. Better than 0. Let's see why it's not adding the rage damage again. But yeah, that's it for her turn.
All right, so as you hit it, there is an audible thud. As the thud finishes, you see some of the purple veins begin to snap away from the arms, the legs, and they begin to kind of flail wildly, almost as if somebody had a vein severed or like a hose was cut and is just spinning wildly. As that happens, two small forms, 2 small goblin-y husks, burst off of this thing and animate next to you.
Hate it.
All right, so that brings us to one of these small creatures. One of the small creatures moves next to you, Ree, or closer to you, I should say, and it is going to attempt to strike you. As it reaches out with its shadowy claw. That is only a 12. Thankfully, you manage to dodge out of the way of its nasty necrotic claw. The goblin standing inside the fence here still comes out and behind you and is going to take a whack at you with its scimitar. That's a 22.
Oh, yeah.
That's minimum damage. That's 3, so you take 1 point of slashing damage. Now, the large creature in front of you, it is going to rear back and it is going to swing at you with its claws. Here we go. Yeah, so that's a 22 and a 24 respectively.
Oh, yeah, they hit.
As they hit you, so that's 28 points of necrotic damage reduced by half to 14. As it hits you, the claws dig into your flesh, and there are pulses. As the claws hit you, you look down and realize each finger on the claw is an entire goblin hand. And as each of those 5 claws dig into you, there are pulses of purple energy as the flesh around the wound begins to go into necrosis and melt off of your bones.
Ew, I hear it. Oh, thank you, mayonnaise.
Did you say no thank you, mayonnaise?
I did.
God, I hate that. Okay,
Where
so
did that come from?
I don't even know.
Why mayonnaise specifically? What did it do to you?
Oh, that was a quote from my son a while back.
I love it. I absolutely love it. We should embrace that.
Speaking of,
I'm using that from now on. Thank you, mayonnaise.
Okay, so a 13 misses you, I believe, Ree.
Yep.
It does indeed. Okay, the second small shady-like creature is going to reach out and attempt to claw you. And that is going to be... That is a 17, so that does hit. Ree, I need you to make a... Disregard that. So that's 12 points of necrotic reduced to 6. And your strength score is reduced by 1.
ooh,
Your actual
ooh.
strength stat is reduced by 1. Ree, what is your strength? Is it a 21 or is it 20?
My strength score?
Yeah, your actual ability score. Or is it an 18?
It's currently 15. But yeah, bringing it down 1 brings it to 14, but still plus 2 for the time being.
Okay, so that ends its turn. Aurora, you shake the stun from your body as you look up and around and realize that you are alone right now and there is nobody within eyeshot of you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, but shit sounds awful. So I am going to move up and around the side of this building and see if I can get line of sight on anything. That's the
Okay.
first part. If it'll move, that would be fantastic.
Okay, yeah, what you can see is what you can see. There is a creature right here that is a purple veined goblin, and a purple veined goblin up here.
Oh, that's awful. They're not even showing up on my map. I love this. I could see the ping, which is the only reason I know something's there. I'm gonna shoot it. Or attempt to.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack
Actually,
roll.
slight modification. I'm going to attempt to make it prey. Not using the spell slot, just the normal Slayer's prey. And then I'm gonna shoot it.
Alright, making it prey is an easy enough thing to do. You see the purple pulsating veins and you know, oh, nope, not today, that's bad news. And you feel a faint but noticeable pulse in its body, as if it is living.
Okay. Now I'm gonna try and shoot it. I switched browsers, so we're gonna see if this even works. Attack roll number 1. That was a garbage roll. I don't know if it's going to go over because it's the other browser. It's a 14 to hit.
So it is so close to hitting this thing, but the arrow does pass just overhead and into the distance.
That's okay. That was just a shot to try and align my shots. We're going to do the second one. And I'm using the null arrows that I don't give a crap about. Nope, that's worse. Fuck me, I guess. That's all I've got.
Okay, so you fire 2 of the null arrows. Unfortunately, they do not hit, and thankfully, they are not anything exciting, so they're not going to be entirely missed. Or so that's what I'd like to think.
And I've got the light, so I'm assuming I'm probably just going to stand here like a giant target.
Fair enough. You get the idea, though, that because all of these things are acting in the dark on their own, that they saw you long before you saw them, more than likely.
Yep, that's fair.
Okay, on that note, the goblin over here is going to take another shot at Doc. Nope, that's a 7. The arrow flies over Doc's head. The goblin directly in front of Ree, to the north of Ree, is going to swing with its short sword. That is a 15, but I believe that is a miss still. You're a 16 now, aren't you?
This is 16, yep.
Okay. The goblin, again to the north, but a little bit further up, is going to take 1, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and it is going to fill the final slot just below Ree and attempt to swing at Ree with its scimitar, and that's only for a 7, so that's a miss. Doc, my dear, it is your turn.
Getting myself. Let's see. Now I can actually see. Sorry, I'm counting really quick. Okay. Doc is gonna cast banishment on this big old mofo.
Oh, shit.
Banishment, huh?
In theory, it'll send it back to its plane if I can concentrate for a minute. It's
Give me... Okay, give me 1 second.
charisma.
Okay, so you attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished. If the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point it reappears in the space that it left or the nearest unoccupied space if the space is currently occupied. If the target is native to a different plane of existence that you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space. Okay. Alright. Otherwise, it doesn't return.
I love that, like, little unnecessary detail in there.
Yeah, right. It's like it just... Boop. Oh, okay. What happened there? Oh, I just banished it back to wherever the fuck it came from. No big deal.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Please go home.
So, this requires a charisma saving throw, correct?
Against a 13, yes.
Okay. Sorry, this is a very big character, or this is a very big monster card, so I'm just reading over the finite details to make sure I'm not missing anything special about it. Okay, charisma saving throw it is. Ha! So I rolled an 11, and with my bonuses, that makes my total a 6.
Wow.
Boop. It does not make an audible pop, by the way.
Oh, boo. Make a splorching sound?
A splorch, yeah. Splorch.
Splorch.
So, oh, that's weird. Why is it still on the fucking screen? There we go. So, Doc, that's a concentration spell, yes?
Yes, for 1 minute. If I can concentrate for the full minute, then it stays there. Otherwise,
Perfect. Okay, so you mutter your incantation, and as you mutter your incantation, you begin to speak backwards and in Gnomish exclusively. As the spell comes to a conclusion, you smack the battle axe on the ground, and you flick the nugget so that it hits you directly in the center of your chin. As that happens, the spell's effect takes hold, and you see this creature with these golden chains beginning to bind around it. It begins to pull inwardly, resisting before finally collapsing into a small black hole and vanishing out of sight. You feel, though, that you need your concentration to hold this thing where it's at, because it is native to this plane of existence.
oh, okay. I hate that. Cool.
But you have successfully banished it. Yes, Lucy?
Xavier, does it go away like the elementals in Solasta, where it just starts forming into a cube and then disappears?
It does not look quite elemental-like, but pretty fucking close. It's more of like an oblong shape as opposed to a cube. Alright, anything else, Doc? You have successfully banished it. By the way, you, at this point, as far as your concentration is concerned, your nugget is humming and vibrating so hard and glowing so brightly that it is requiring your full concentration to keep it from bouncing off your chest. That's what's holding this thing in place.
Okay, I think Doc will reflect inwardly on the fact that she can tell this is from this plane of existence, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. So, with that being said, the goblin standing over here drops its bow and charges Doc, as Doc is only within 10 feet of it, and it's going to take a swing with its now drawn rapier. Nah, it doesn't have a rapier. Fuck it, it's got a short sword. Rapier's too cool for goblins of Pudu, no offense.
Way too cool for... Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Doc, what's your AC?
16.
And that's with a +4, so that is a 16 exactly. That is, holy shit, that's for 8 points of slashing. Excuse me. Yeah, no, it is slashing damage. 8 points of slashing. So, go ahead and
Okay.
give me a concentration check, which you
I
should
get
be able to
advantage
just...
on-
Huh?
I get advantage on those because of
Mm-hmm.
caster.
Warcaster it up.
So it is a 14.
Yep, no problem. You took less than 20 damage, so it's not even anything to consider. This thing cuts you deep, like it literally sticks its short sword into your side. As you pull it out, you just look over at it as you're holding the nugget, which is like bouncing like a Mexican jumping bean in the hot July sun off of your chest.
I hate that too.
I also hate that. I said it and I immediately regretted it. Gray!
Right. This is gonna be interesting.
Something, dark side, something.
No, I wish. I am going. Gray is going to first use. I guess I should see how far or away Doc Nagor is before I do this. Okay, they're both within range. So first off, I'm gonna bonus action Mantle of Inspiration, so that both of you get 8 temporary HP and can move unprovoked wherever you want.
I will absolutely take that movement.
Within your movement, of course. And then, step 2. For my action. I wish to cast Dimension Door. And go all the way across to, like...
To where?
Across
I'm
the pit
pinging.
where Rhea is.
Oh.
To the northwest. Yeah.
Okay.
You're coming to where I am.
Well, a bit far away, but yeah.
Oh. Like, you don't want to be here.
So,
Spot sucks.
So for the first time that you guys have ever seen, Gray, so the burst of shadow goes off, and this big cloak of darkness kind of enshrouds him, inspiring both both Doc and Aurora with this weird majestic presence. As that happens, he also snaps his fingers, and this incantation pours out of his mouth.
Yes, walk one yellow.
And this shadowy door spins into existence in front of him. He jumps through it and appears on the other side of the battlefield, just in front of, or just to the left of Ree.
Just a little extra touch. Sorry, just real quick. There for Gray, there's just a hand reaching through the door itself, and then he grabs that and it goes in, like a shadowy hand.
All right.
Take my hand.
Anything else, Gray?
And I think I'm just gonna move around this corner and over there just to stay out of the way, and then that's my turn.
Okay. So, make sure that we're marking off spell slots too, by the way. Ree, it is your turn. You are surrounded on all sides, and you see your friends zipping across and doing up, down, left, right, and the thing in front of you just got bound in these weird golden chains and then just fucking vanished.
Okay, that's good. That's one less nasty motherfucker to deal with. Alright, I'll deal with these nasty little bastards, because that sucked. I don't like getting my strength sapped. Alright, so first one's gonna go to this gentleman here.
Okay.
Is a 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Okay, so that's gonna be 10 points of bludgeoning. I guess yeah, I'm sure it's still alive, but she'll just continue to whack on it one more time.
Yep, it is still standing, but barely. As you hit it, you feel almost a physical manifestation within its weird little husky form kind of take hold, and you smash a bunch of that out into the ground. It hits, and as you look down, there are bones and flesh fragments of goblinoid creatures that scatter before kind of dissipating.
So this thing's just like basically like a goblin puppet, right?
Sure looks that way, yep.
Okay. Yeah, she'll attempt to put it down. Nope. Not likely.
Nope, not with a nat one, unfortunately. You swing, and you hit the center of it, but its body just kind of phases it out.
Okay. I can't pass through enemy spaces.
You can't, but you can go to the right, but you're just going to take a lot of fucking attacks of opportunity if you're trying to get away.
If I disengage.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no, I mean, if you disengage, you can go, because that thing is gone now.
Yeah. She's gonna move this away, over here.
Okay. Give me a perception check. As you're running that direction, give me a perception check.
17.
So, as you are facing this way, you can see clear as day that this building right here, which you immediately recognize as your local bakery, there are on the outside at least a half a dozen goblin corpses that look like they have been... The only way I can describe it is it looks like deflated balloons. It looks like just the skins of about a half a dozen goblins laying outside, and the door is slightly ajar.
Okay. Worry about these nasties first.
Okay. So, that ends so now the, okay, so this shadow... It's going to move up to you, and it's going to try to attack you. And that is for a dirty 20, but a 20 nonetheless. Alright, so that is for... 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 divided by 2, that's 4 points of necrotic damage. As well as 3 points of strength damage. As it hits you, you feel literally the strength being ripped from your body. It is like it is draining the essence of your very existence. Alright, that ends its turn. The goblin here is going to also charge you. That is a nat 20.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, it doesn't do a whole lot of anything because it's just a fucking goblin. But that is
you watch your mouth.
It's just a goblin. You're always more than a goblin. You've always been more than a goblin. Okay, so that is for 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 points divided by 2. That is for 4 points of slashing damage. And that is its turn. It is the creature that is banished's turn, so it is going to go down... Hang on, I need to look up banishment. Is it on its turn or your turn?
I can share it. Hold on.
I found it. I always have this shit pulled up. Especially when you guys are using crazy stuff. And this is crazy stuff, and I like this crazy stuff.
Oh,
So that didn't tell me anything. But that's okay. I told you, I already got it. So here we are. Nope, it's on your turn, because you cast it. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Never mind. So, you are still good. Alright, it is not here. So, this goblin is going to run here. And turn towards Ree and attempt to slash at Ree. That is for a 19. And that is for 5 reduced to 2 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
The shade here... is going to fly towards Gray.
trying to draw aggro. Sorry, Gray.
You've done good. You've done good. It was just a matter of time before shit got congested. So yeah, that's a 21 to hit you, Gray, unfortunately. So Gray, you take
Take what little strength he has left.
12 points of necrotic damage. Whoops. And 3 points of strength damage. As the creature saps the very essence. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Actually, you know what? Wow.
That's
Holy
pretty
shit,
good.
you've got a lot better strength than I thought you had.
That was actually wrong. It's a 11, and now it's even less.
Oh, you have an 11?
I had a -1 con. I don't know why it said +0.
No, not con,
It's actually
strength. That was a strength that
sorry.
you had.
But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had an 11.
-1 strength too.
Oh, it's because that you clicked a strength roll instead of showing what your strength stat was. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm I'm changing it now.
Yep, no problem. So, okay, you've got an 8 now. As you feel your muscles begin to atrophy even more than they are atrophied a moment ago, it's not a good situation. Aurora!
I am debating. Fuck it.
When she says
I'm gonna
fuck it, you
try-
know things are about to go weird.
Yeah. Kind of inwardly, she's going to say, well, then why don't you show me what you can do? She's going to throw out her hands and just do Chaos Bolt.
Make your choice. You can either make an intimidation check or a persuasion check.
Oh, it's not going to fucking matter. I have skills in 0 of them. Let me just do this here. It's a +1. We're going to try Intimidate because she's pissed at this thing. It's a 6. That's
Okay.
great.
Okay, understood. And then, I'm sorry, what are you going to try to cast? Chaos Bolt?
Chaos Bolt, because it seems fitting.
That's fucking awesome. Go ahead and mark off your spell slot, and then give me percentile dice, please.
I'm doing that at 2nd level.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm doing it at 2nd level, and mechanically, it's just her just opening herself up to the magic, because it's what she did with Meepo initially. Okay, if it wants to roll, that'd be fucking great. Percentile.
Okay,
7?
roll percentiles again.
Oh, that's never good.
I hate that. I hate that it's a 50. I hate that it's a 50.
I'm around the side of a building. Hopefully Doc doesn't have a stroke. And I can't see her, so maybe she can't see me. It'll be fine.
What were you targeting?
And this one that I think is still in front of me.
Okay.
Because I can't see any of the others at the moment, at least not unless I turned, which I'm not going to try and do.
All right. Okay, so Aurora opens her mouth, and as she does, this incantation begins to spill out of her. That is chaotic at its very core. As it happens, there is a there is a burst of. Go ahead and roll for your chaos bolt. Because I believe what is it, a D8 for the type?
Yeah. So I just rolled this. I do the spell, and then it's choose one of the d8s, and that's the elemental type. Apparently.
Okay, so you hurl an undulating orb, make a ranged spell attack. Okay, so go ahead and make your ranged spell attack. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled on that d8 determines the type of attack damage. Okay, so go ahead and roll a spell attack, a ranged spell attack roll.
Nope, I rolled like garbage. 10 total.
10? Okay, so a 10 does miss. However, the spell does take effect, and as it takes effect, there is a burst of energy that you see across the field as Aurora's mouth explodes with this frost and ice. Again, for those of you who didn't see it, how cool it is that I can do this. Whee!
It's really cool.
So she has a burst of frost energy that rolls past this goblin in a very chaotic fashion. It dodges it completely, and it takes no effect. And then Aurora opens her mouth and instinctively goes, boop. And as she begins to cuss, a pink bubble floats out of her mouth and pops. And then she blinks again, and she goes, boom, boom, and 2 pink bubbles float out of her mouth and pop, pop.
Oh, I dislike your wild magic.
Yeah, so for the next
I
minute,
can't see it.
for the next minute, you cannot speak, and anytime you attempt to speak, a pink bubble floats out of your mouth and pops in front of your face. Anything else,
I
Aurora?
can't see this.
Oh, you got a minute, baby. You got a minute to win it.
She's gonna clamp her mouth shut because, no. And then just very slowly and kind of casually just reaching for an arrow, just like...
We're gonna go
Okay.
old school on this bitch.
Yeah,
All right.
damn it.
So, with that being said, it is the goblin that was targeting Doc originally. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It is going to move in a straight line towards Doc, and it is going to attempt to slash you again, Doc.
Well, that's rude.
And that is a nat fucking 1 with its short sword. So as it lunges at you, you easily put your shield up and boom, it bounces off. Okay, Reed, this goblin is going to move around you, and it is going to attempt to strike you. And that's a 17.
They do.
So that is for 7 reduced to 3 points of slashing damage.
3, you say?
Yes, 3. The goblin down here is going to turn towards Gray and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it is going to attempt to slash Gray with its scimitar. And that is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, just barely.
5 points of slashing damage, Gray, as it swings, as it bears down on you. Also, make sure that you update your avatar in Roll20. Because I know you've got way less hit points than what you have currently.
Why does my D&D Beyond have more a max HP than my
Did you level?
Roll20?
Did you level the last time?
Yeah, it says level 8.
Oh, you probably need to update.
Yeah, it's probably because I remember I have to copy and so because of the rudimentary form that is Roll20, I have to copy and paste models from previous maps onto new maps. So if it hasn't been updated, it hasn't been updated. So what is your total hit points, Lucy?
28.
Wait, 28?
Yeah.
So you have 28 hit points total, or currently?
My current is 11. My max is 28.
Okay. Oh, you know what? It's probably because you had temporary at some point. Did you at some point, were you given temporary hit points?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
So I can't give myself temporary HP, and the only thing I took was a...
I mean, it must have been something. At some point in time, you had 36. Unless somebody else had 36 and it was a mistype. Either way, I digress. You are struck. Okay, Doc. Just so you guys know, we're gonna go, because it's already 10:02, we're gonna go Doc, and then the Goblin, and then Gray, and then we're gonna stop at the top of the round for tonight. Doc.
Okay, so Doc's going to
So Doc, just so you know, another turn has passed, so we are 2 turns into your banishment. The nugget on your chest vibrates and literally bounces up and off your chest. You slap it down and hold it to your chest, and as you let go, it hums silently in the center as you maintain your concentration.
Okay. So Ree's taking a few hits. Is she looking like she's falling over? Or is she looking?
Would you like to see exactly how she's doing? Because it's going to take your full round because she is surrounded by enemies.
No, I'm gonna attack this thing in front of me with my battle axe.
Okay, understood.
I'm gonna remember what Reese said and try to swing to hit the ground as opposed to just knocking it on That is a... Oh, it looks like a nat 20 on mine. That's shitty. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
it's a 3. Nope, so you swing at it, and it dodges backwards and slaps with its short sword your battle axe out of the way.
Okay, and then with my... Sorry, one second. Okay, I was just confirming. So with my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Ree at first level.
Okay, the distance on Healing Word is 60?
60, yeah.
Okay, you are 55 from Ree, so that's good. You're just just barely in range. So go ahead and give me some.
Gosh.
That's for 4.
Every time I heal Ree, shit.
So that is for 4 points of healing to Ree. Ree, you hear, as these creatures are bearing down on you and sapping your strength, you hear this, "Love you!" Yeah, and then you're just like, "Oh wow, I feel so good." Your nugget starts to glow ever so slightly.
And then,
Okay. I figured out my HP situation.
You're good, okay. And that's, I guess that's all she's gonna do for now.
So it turns out my HP is 36, but for some reason Roll20 automatically like added an extra minuses, despite me already having added the minuses when I rolled the dice. So like when I rolled before, I added a 6, and then subtracted 1.
Oh, you didn't do override. What you need to do is override HP every single level to change your new total HP. Yeah, because otherwise it'll just give you whatever the hell it wants to give you. All right, so on your avatar, go ahead and change your max back to 36. All right.
So that raises my health a little bit.
Yes, so, okay, that ends Doc's turn, so then that brings us to Aurora. Aurora, this bastard is going to run towards you, and it is going to swing at you with its short sword, the one that you have targeted, that is.
I don't know what my current AC would be because the only reason I had the AC that I did before was scales.
Yep, doesn't matter, it's a 20, so it hits you.
Okay, well, ew.
So that is for 5 points of slashing damage.
She glares at it silently.
And it screams at you, its maw dripping open, almost unhinging at the jaw joints like some sort of weird snake-like creature. Its semi-forked tongue dripping out of its mouth with this purple ooze. You swear for a moment it said "re." Gray.
That looks like a target.
Okay. This dwarf in his position single-handedly ruined what I wanted to do. I am gonna instead... How tall is the fence next to me?
It's about, well, let's see you, because you're much taller, so it's probably about 7.5 feet. So it's just a couple, it's like 1.5 feet taller than you.
Alright. I'm gonna take the attacks of opportunity, but can I climb over it?
Fuck yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check. Okay, so you jump onto the fence and you begin to clamber over it, realizing that it's slick on the outside, almost as if some sort of, like, oil, not necessarily like oil like pitch, but oil like maybe pork fat or goblin fat, you're not sure, but something's been smeared on the outside as a preservative. It's tough to get over. It's going to take you double your movement to get over this thing. With that being said, the goblin swipes at you and misses, but the shade hits you. Give me 1 second to roll some damage. That was with the attacks of opportunity, just so you're aware. 3, 4. So that's 6 points of necrotic damage. And you take another 3 points of strength damage as your strength is sapped, literally again drained from your body, bringing your strength down now to 5.
Actually, it's worse than that.
Oh, how bad?
It's 2.
Oh no.
Alright. Not a good place to be. Just so everybody's aware, if you hit 0 in any stat in any edition of Dungeons & Dragons, you die outright.
GTFO, buddy.
Alright, so yeah, I am gonna do that. I'm gonna hop the fence for 10 feet.
Alright, you get over the fence.
And then... I need, like, 5 more feet of movement. Because I'm hyper encumbered right now.
And super fucking weak.
That's why I'm hyper encumbered.
I know!
Ah, fuck. Damn it. Stupid spell, why couldn't you be...
God damn it, why did we have to do Ree's backstory quest, you motherfuckers?
This is what we get for trying to be good people. Like, we could just let him rot.
That's true, but...
On second thought, fuck Pudu.
Yeah. Ree's like, even though that fucking... That shadow golem... That shadow goblin golem has been banished. Still, fuck this place. Burn it to the ground. Okay,
I'll
sorry.
just concentrate.
Great,
while,
great. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Oh, invisibility.
Greater
Okay.
invisibility.
Greater invisibility. Oh, fuck, you're going up a notch. And that is concentration. So we're going to give you the yellow dot for concentrating. And then we're going to give you the old slippery slip for your invisibility. So, Gray jumps over the fence, gets struck by this shade as his muscles atrophy to the point where onlookers, which includes you see him slip over the fence, and you swear for a second it's a skeleton clambering over the fence. He stands up, adjusts his hat, and you're like, oh, thank God it's Gray. And then an incantation happens, a slappity bass, and his whole body vanishes from sight.
And, that's gonna be me.
Alright, on that note, we are going to end Gray's turn, and we are going to stop at the top of the round, picking up with Ree next week in the midst of combat against these crazed shadow or shade-touched goblins and the, well, I guess now banished fucking boss monster, so fuck me, no big deal. Don't worry about that, that's
Fuck my
cool.
boss battle.
Yeah, this is Candace all over. Candace, every time I throw a boss at her, anytime she plays in my campaigns, it's either polymorph or banish. She's like, I know how to one-shot your monsters, motherfucker, so... yeah, or Thorn Whip. Oh, god damn it. Wow, you do! You are my one-shotting PC. She's my problem player, by the way. And by the way, we do not discuss my campaigns outside of playing.
No.
Except for, like, her specific character stuff in very minor detail. We don't talk about my monsters. We don't talk about my fucking NPCs or the plot. She just knows. She knows, goddammit.
We
Okay.
also don't talk about polymorph.
You shut your whore mouth. I'm kidding, you're not a whore.
So, fun fact. The shadow creature is still within 5 feet of me. But because I'm over the fence, is that why I took an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, because you had you had to go it was 7.5-foot fence, right? Which means that when you get to that 2.5 feet out of the 5-foot range, it was out of your range and it got to swipe at you.
Okay.
Yep.
Can it still swipe at me?
You mean right now?
I mean, yeah. Because I'm on the other side of the fence now.
You could always roll a check on your next turn to see if you understand how incorporeal creatures work.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, well.
What I will tell you is that you are currently invisibilitied. Greater invisibilitied. And it is going to be, even if it does attempt to swipe at you for whatever fucking reason, you have a very, very good chance of not being hit. And Gray would know that. It's like, you know, Homer Simpson slipping into the hedges. Shh. Oh wait, you did that, didn't you, you son of a bitch, in Middleton, to get away from being served justice. You slipped away.
Up this time.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
No, fuck you, I'm jumping in the pit.
He might not
So
have
we
enough
must
strength.
fucking fallen.
I was gonna say he might not have enough strength to fucking pick himself up off the ground once he stands up.
Probably not.
Okay, guys. Excellent
everyone.
session. Absolutely excellent session. Thank you so much for everything, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Hey, if you click X on the Roll20 screen, it makes all the creepy ass sounds stop.
Good to know.
I would say sorry, not sorry, but it's just true, not sorry.
It's just
sorry.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's just.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It adds
I
the
do
right
too.
right amount of discomfort, which is what you're
Urgency,
looking for.
Exactly. It's like just borderline Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Oh, I love
Terrible.
the ambiance.
Love it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Sunday. Have a great week at work or school
you.
or whatever it is you are currently doing.
You as well.
See you. Good night.
All right, guys. We are gonna raid. We're gonna raid Hex because we haven't raided Hex in a while. Thank you for everybody who's been hanging out with us here tonight. We talk about we don't fucking talk about Polymorph Came in the Sun. God damn it, we don't talk about it. So Hex, I believe, is playing Sea of Thieves. Yes, HEXLELICH. Hex regularly brings raids over when we are playing D&D. So we are going to show her some love tonight by sending the love over to her. Lucy, can I see you in my Discord's voice chat for like 30 seconds? Oh boy.
It's a trap.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. If he says my Discord, he doesn't even want to come into one of my voice chat channels, which is where we're already at. Don't do it. Hex the Lovely. I feel bad I can't chat there, but appreciated her. You can't chat in
Why can't
Hex?
you chat there?
Why can't you chat? That was a very passive-aggressive way of saying that, Rose.
Did she have it set to sub only or something?
Is it
I
sub
think
only?
so, because I can.
I'm not subbed. I can't do.
Me too.
Verify.
Oh.
Verify your damn account. I'm verified accounts too.
I thought that
You're
you-
verified in my. You're verified in my stream. If you're chatting in my stream, you're verified. You should be able to You should be able to talk in hers.
Unless she has it specific to phone number or email. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have all my entire. Yeah, that's really weird. My entire. My whole account, DM Xavier, as a Twitch channel, I have the verification thing because 2 summers ago, we had a huge issue with Russian bots coming in and spamming the shit out of our channels and getting us copyright strikes and all sorts of crazy shit. So we had to, we had to put it on. And I've had people bitch and moan, and I just tell them, it's 2023, get a fucking phone. I mean, that's, I love you, but get a phone. Fair, but yeah, I'll check and see why. Yeah, I'm curious. I am actually super curious, Rose. Okay. Anyways, guys, we are rating in 5, 4, 3, 2. We will see you next week, and much love. Have a great week at work, school, or whatever it is that you do. Love yous.